Shut up and sit down.
Hello, gang. Colin here, Festa 67's workshop. Hello. And him. Yeah, him.
Hello.
And
thanks, Mum.
And we've also got the voice of intelligent reasoning in the background, Cy Reynolds.
Wait, what?
Intelligent. Well, I'll take that compliment for the night, and I might just leave now. You know,
There were so many comedic, sarcastic comments there that my brain actually just stopped because it couldn't deal with all of them. I overflowed.
Oh, Whipplekins, are you feeling left out?
No.
Oh,
No.
I am joined off the by Fox, the model-making guru of excellence and brilliance and all of that.
Stop now. Stop.
Because he's feeling a bit left out.
Stop now.
Do you know, I don't mean none of that. I'm joined
No, of
by
course you don't.
these two pillocks, by the way, folks. Anyway,
like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
I hope everyone out there, on a serious note, is safe and well with the big storm going on. It's like a war zone down here. So, like I say, batten down your hatches, and I hope you're all staying safe. So,
Yeah, there's a bit of windy pops going on out there.
absolutely. So I'm going to have a quick little shifty as to who's in the chat. We've got Marcus Brun. Good evening, morning, Colin and Fox. Hope you had a great day in spite of Eunice. Howdy all in chat. Hope you're all safe. Same as Marcus, mate. It's heading across the North Sea at the moment, mate. So I hope you're going to be safe and well in the Netherlands, mate. And yeah.
Well, they've already had a bit of a battering in the Netherlands, haven't they, so far?
Andy McClish is in.
what we've heard.
Evening. It's a bit windy out. And he's saying hello to
Andy.
Marcus.
Hello.
Saying hello to you as well. He says, and model making guru princess. He's got
I'm not a princess. Oh, wait. Hang on.
You are definitely a princess.
You are a princess.
Model making princess.
Absolutely. James is in, says evening Colin Fox and all in chat. Hello, James. Retro
Hi, James.
Rabbit.
Hello, James.
Retro Rabbit says hello, fellow hooligans.
Hey, Rabbit.
How do?
Hello.
Hello.
EC Idaho's in, or Idaho even. He's in, so Idaho, yeah. What's those?
Hi, Dio.
Idaho, how you doing? Colin Fox, JC, Andy and Marcus. It's reading out loud, Cole. How hard is it? Well...
All I've got in my head now is hello, campers.
Hello, Campers. Ross Medlock's in, says evening all. Hello, geese. How you
Hello,
doing?
Ross.
Some bloke called Cy Reynolds is in, says hi, Gweez.
He sounds like an absolute arse.
Arse.
Hugh Gordon's in, says evening all. Hello, Hugo.
Hey, you.
Like you.
Hello.
I am Man 129 saying evening, Cole Fox and all in chat. How do, mate?
Hello, mate.
Joseph Kelly and Eric at Twisted Rail were saying good evening. Hello, mates.
Hello to
How
you
you
too.
doing?
Hello.
So everyone's saying hello to each other there. Dave is in, says Fox equals princess. Yeah, see, that's...
Hello, Dave.
Hello, Dave. Hello, Dave.
Hello, Dave. Edward Leonard's
I can
in.
subscribe.
Edward Leonard's in, Fox.
Hi, Edward. Like and subscribe.
There you go.
Do you like the way I faded it out as it went past? as well?
I was
beautiful.
impressed with that. Jeff from Candygram from Mongo's in, says, hi, Colin Fox.
Hey, Jeff.
Everyone
Hi,
in
Jeff.
chat. And all hail the disembodied voice of the site. There you go.
Yep.
He'll announce the lottery numbers in a minute.
Yeah, and that's everyone saying hello to each other there. So that's the chat up to date. That was easy.
If you're
wasn't
lucky, I'll even
Hello.
do my Mystic Meg. I'll rub my ball and give you a prediction.
Yeah.
it? No, look at the post-it. I can do this.
I'm waiting for him to go blind. Deed.
Yeah. And yeah, I was told off. By Lord Cy of the Reynolds because I may have left my nippers unsheathed.
Yeah, that's right.
No, if I'd told him off, I would have got moaned at for half an hour. But because I told him off, he just said sorry about that and put the lid back on.
He's still whimpering, Cy, isn't he?
He is.
Wibble.
Wibble.
If I had said
Wibble.
if I had said that, you'd have told me off, grab the police, and
I would have said nothing of the sort. Nonsense.
But anyway, folks, yeah, it's that infamous question. What's in the belly? What's on the bench?
Who shot JR? Oh no.
Who shot first?
Yeah, what are we building? I am finishing off Kill Team Commandos.
Commandos.
Come on, those.
I only got that far on my commandos.
What actual commando are you building today, though? Fox, Colin.
Fox, wait, what? If you
Yeah,
can't
but
tell
I
which
got
of us is which, Si Reynolds, by now, then we've got a problem.
I am building Commando Grot at the moment.
Oh, the little grot.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And then after that, I've got Squiggage, Bomb Squig.
Big bomb squig.
Because we all love a bit of squig. Ugh,
Can't go wrong with squigs.
you can't.
Squigs are always the right answer. Whatever the question is, the right answer is squigs.
Right, before you get too invested, Colin, I'm going to show you what I've been fiddling with, because you need to press buttons.
Do I need to flick me magnifying glasses up because of the shock?
Well, you
It's all
might
right.
do.
I won't talk about what I'm doing then. Never mind. You carry on.
Some would say,
no.
some would say you might need to flip them down.
He's a bit sensitive tonight, Si, isn't he? Do you want to go full screen, Fox, because you're feeling left out?
No.
Are you sure?
I'm still doing chipping. There you go. That's all we need.
The only reason I thought I'd do it was because I know Colin has to press a button to allow me to
Press
share.
the
Absolutely.
buttons.
You was being considerate, Si.
I was.
Si Reynolds
Anyway.
being considerate.
I know. It's all right. Normal service will resume in about 5 minutes. Boom. There you- Oh,
Right. So I've been working. I birthed a war boss tonight.
nice.
This is Squig Hammer. This is the war boss Squig Hammer. So I swapped out the hammer
Yeah.
and the banner from an RTLW kit, and the casting on them is insane. But he's got a mate. He's got a little squig mate. What way am I going? Wrong way. He's got a little mate, Colin.
Oh, look
Ahmed.
at him.
It's got
Now
like
this-
it's got an ankylosaurus tail on it.
Yeah, this squig is awesome. Look at the casting detail on it.
Oh, wow.
That is very good.
That
Yeah.
is seriously sexy.
There's a tiny bit of flash and
Yeah, a
there's
little
a
bit there,
couple of
that's it.
pinholes, but the detail that he's captured is
Oh,
awesome.
mate. That is
And
mint.
that's the other side. Yeah,
That's awesome.
I like the twin rows of teeth as well. It's like,
exactly
yeah.
right.
Look at
I am
that.
taking. I'm taking names for the squig. I need names for the squig, so pop them in chat as well as what's
Twiglet.
in your belly. Twiglet.
Squiglet.
Squiglet. I like. Squiglet
Mr.
is
Tibbles.
good. Mr. We need better than Mr. Tibbles, folks. Better than Mr. So pop them in chat along with
That
the
was-
adventure
that was-
bellies.
That was a Cronin the Cunning reference you totally didn't get there.
No, I didn't.
On a serious note as well, what have you been up to this week then, Fox?
Yeah, please do tell us, Fox. I'm very interested.
Bugger all this week.
Oh well,
I'll take you a full screen then.
every
No.
single fibre of my being was hoping that you fell out of StreamYard at that precise
What
moment.
have you
mate.
doing? Boo! Gone.
It would
Oh,
have been
mate, that would have been.
perfect.
There's still time.
Yeah. No, it's been another week where I've not had a chance to get to the bench because Mum Fox has had a bit of a poorly back and stuff this week, so I've not been able to do anything that I can really sit down and focus on because I need to be able to do stuff. So instead, I've spent a couple of days playing Cyberpunk 2077, which I got because it was half price and they updated it for the Series X.
I was going to say, is that the one that was released a while ago that had to be pulled?
It wasn't pulled, but PlayStation stopped selling it on the
Yeah.
PlayStation Now network or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And it was all like, "Hey, you might want to you might want to not get this just yet on Xbox." It was like, you may have problems when you try and play it, but
Yeah.
they've just released an update for it, which also has the update to the Series X and Series S and PS5. So it was like half price, and I'm like, well, I'll get it if it's half price.
Oh yeah, half price, mate. It's rude not to.
Yeah, and I'm having fun. It's all right so far. I'm not.
Because it's had like very mixed reviews, hasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I've not exactly got a long way into it because you know what I'm like. I start the game, I do the opening mission, and then I spend the next 12 hours just pootling about, wandering down streets and looking in buildings, and I don't do any of the story mission. I just wander off. So
Yeah.
it's all right. The one thing I'd recommend to people if they're playing on console is take off all the weird dead zones for movement. They're really weird. They've got this thing because you can do like 4K with ray tracing at 30 frames a second, or you can do 4K with no ray tracing. You can take me off full screen, by the way, if you want. You can do 4K at no ray tracing at 60 frames a second, but you can also have the movement speed so fast that it, at 30 frames a second, actually looks pretty good. With ray tracing, it feels like 60 FPS. But they've got this thing where you turn the character, you go slowly and then speeds up.
That sounds really weird.
And it is. So what I did was basically I went in and turned all that crap off and just said, when I go left, I want to go low. When I go right and up and down, I want to go left, right, up and down, not like slow and then fast. And drop the motion blur down, and then it's like a normal game now. It's really, at first I'm like, why does it feel really sluggish and treacly? It's like, because you've got this weird, like, it's really weird. So just turn all that off, change the sensitivity so it's not like, the default is like this. Wah! So drop that down. And no, it's alright, I'm having fun with it.
Oh, good.
It seems good so far. Shooting's alright, gameplay's alright. It's adequate. It's 20 quid at the minute, so you can't really say can't really knock it too much. It has the feeling of a town full of cardboard cutouts, but for all the NPCs and stuff. But hey, it looks good. I'm sure it's not very deep, but there you go.
It's still a AAA title at the end of the day. So.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's great. You're wandering around. It looks really nice. It does suffer from that thing where. It doesn't look... The thing that stops it looking super realistic is it doesn't look grimy and dirty enough to be a real city. Everything's a bit too clean.
Yeah.
Like, so you've got the rough area of the town. It still looks nice. Everything's nice and clean, even though it's like the rough... It's like, yeah, it's got that kind of perfect dark style. Everything's a bit... They've not really done a lot of... There's no weathering in the game.
Oh,
even the battered and beaten cars look a bit too
Looks
clean
a bit
and shiny.
clinical then.
Yeah, it's like, but because I've been playing Metro Exodus, and that's the complete opposite. That's set in winter in Russia, and it's all mud and dirt, and everything looks cold and damp and dirty, and it looks fantastic.
Yeah.
But in this game, it's like GTA. Everything looks sunny. It's either nighttime or bright sunshine, and there's never, even when it's raining, it looks clean. And
It's not overcast or anything like that, is it?
No, not much. But I'm having fun with it. You can't knock it for 20 quid. So.
Absolutely. Steve's in saying, evening everyone, still waiting for my free trampoline to arrive. Oh, do tell.
Well, the one next door, we've got one next door, and I was watching it today going like that. It stayed where it is though.
James's belly, McDonald's double Big Mac, fries and Coke, bench parts for a Lego mock lake house. Oh, nice.
Nice.
Do you know what I had for my dinner today?
What's that, mate?
I'm sure you're about to tell us.
I had 4 slices of tiger loaf.
Right.
That's it.
Is that it?
What?
Yeah. Before that, earlier on in the day, I had like a handful of chocolate digestive. I've just not been hungry today.
Did you even butter it?
Yeah, I put a little bit of butter on it.
Was it Lurpak made in 1903?
It was indeed Lurpak made in 1903, but it was actually slightly out of date Lurpak, so it didn't taste the best.
1803.
Yeah.
So it had a funk.
Yeah, but it wasn't like Tesco's Tiger Loaf where you just get this enormous chunk of like obelisk of bread.
Yeah.
That you slice up. It was a Warburton's Tiger Loaf, so it was pre-sliced. It was all right. I just wasn't really hungry, so I thought I'll have a couple of slices of that. I made a lasagna for Mama Fox. And I was like, I'm not really starving. Hungry. So guarantees about 2 hours from now I'll have a raging hunger, and there's nothing to eat because I've been doing a live stream.
Yeah.
Yes.
Marcus Belly, Paul Raymond, bench is an A10 and an Einkel HE111 Motorhead bomber. Oh, nice.
Ooh.
Sounds good, man.
Steve's Belly, chicken carbonara. Bench, rearranging me monitors as fed up, breaking me neck, looking up at them and squinting to read stuff. Welcome to my world, mate.
Yep.
Joel Gritsin saying hello, Colin Foxx, and all in chat.
Hey,
Hello,
Joel.
Joel.
Hi,
How
Joel.
you doing, mate? Steve saying good evening. Oh, hello, Steve. How you doing?
Hey, buddy.
What's that?
Oh, you know,
He's been eyeing a lot of SnowRunner. Oh.
He's been doing what?
He says I've been eyeing AYING a lot of SnowRunner. It's in the chat.
I don't know what that means.
Nor do I, mate. But
Do you mean playing?
I
don't know
would
what SnowRunner
imagine playing, because saying doesn't make any sense. So
I don't know what SnowRunner is. You might have to just re-enter
Wait.
your comment because none of us know what any of that
Isn't
means.
SnowRunner the TV show where they're Oh no, it's a video
That's
game.
That's Snowpiercer, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a 2020 off-road simulation game.
Oh,
It looks like an off-road trucker simulator.
Oh, it's like spinning tires or whatever, where you get the whole selection of like Russian vehicles that you have to drive through mud and stuff.
Maybe it looks like a mixture between that and Euro Truck Simulator in the snow.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because I think spinning tires. It was literally like, here's a load of Russian trucks, and it was like, you remember that game where you have to like control the guy's legs and arms with a different key each. What was it called?
Oh, Queue Up.
Queue Up. Yeah, it was like that, but you're in this truck and you've got to get it and maneuver it in the mud. It was a really good game, apparently.
That sounds annoying, but really cool at the same time.
Yeah, it was a Russian game.
Jamie Bone is in as well. Hi,
Hey,
Jamie.
Jamie.
hello, Jamie.
Hello, Jamie. Hello.
How's your pink ring, mate?
Ringy and pink. Do you know, with you saying about whoever it was having chicken carbonara,
Marcus.
I'm tempted right now, not right now, but because my sleep cycle's all messed up, so I've been getting to bed about 6 a.m. So when we're finished here, there's nothing stopping me going downstairs and making a whole mess of tagliatelle with some chopped up hot dogs and some kind of carbonara sauce or something. But then I'll go to bed and have that acid from hell.
Well, yeah.
So, yeah, can't win.
Yeah, so SnowRunner is apparently a spinning tyres follow-on, so you were spot on, Fox.
Yeah.
And Jamie Bone's pink ring is all good.
Good man.
I seem to remember when Spinning Tires came out, everybody was like, we have no idea why this game exists, but it's both the worst thing ever made and also the best thing ever.
Yeah, it was a bit like Queue Up, I imagine.
Yeah,
far too long playing Queue Up.
Or that game where you had like a truck and you had to like make strings of truck trailers or something and had crashed them all into each other, and I don't know what it was. Came out a few years ago.
That sounds cool.
I think it was like all vehicles at high speeds, and I can't remember. There was some game that came out that was done as somebody did like an engine demo, and it was basically like to show like cars being smashed into things, to show deformation of meshes and stuff. About 4 years ago, and they just released it as a game. So you basically got a world with all these like shapes and objects and blocks and things, and they've just given a car and right, just drop it, smash it, drive it, drop things on it, just destroy everything. That was the entire purpose of the game, was just to set up explosions and things. It was great.
So are you still doing your brown round of chipping, Fox?
Yes, I'm on the brown interiors at the moment.
Yes.
I would have finished it by now, but I haven't finished it, so that's why I haven't finished it.
Well, yeah, I mean reasons.
Welcome to the world of my logic. Why hasn't it been done? Because it's not finished yet.
Absolutely. That's
I mean,
plausible.
you can't really say fairer than that, can you?
Why is it not finished? Is that a stupid question? Yes. Yes, I'm still doing my little brown chips. I've got the turret to do yet, so I just haven't had a chance to really.
You've not had a chance to have bench time, really.
Yeah, not. It's more. I can't really sit there and get carried away. I need to be doing something where I can quickly move if I need to, because Mama Fox has been too well this week, so I can't really.
Starting to feel better at least.
She's got a bad back at the minute, which is grumpy time.
And there he goes.
Only about 15 minutes before it would have been perfect.
Absolutely. And he's back.
I am returned. Welcome back to.
So yeah, you were saying about Mama Fox's bad back.
Yeah, she's got bad back at the minute, because I have to keep in mind that could be a sign of something else. So
Yeah.
I have to keep an eye on her.
You're on high alert, so to speak.
Yes.
Well, yeah, you're constantly on edge, mate, aren't you?
Yeah, but she's downstairs at the minute. She's watching telly, but I'm just keeping her out for when she goes to bed. I'm going to get her sorted out. I can hear her now. Hello, Mama Fox.
Hi, Mama Fox.
So,
She shouted, morning.
morning, she says.
Morning.
Are you going to bed? If she can't hear me, she's either gone into a room or she's got headphones on, in which case she's not going to bed yet.
Or both.
Quite possibly. So yeah, but I can kind of leave her to it at night time.
Yeah.
In the evening, because it used to be I'd have to wait till she'd gone to bed, but now I just say to her, don't just leave everything turned on. Come and give me a knock when you go to bed, and I'll sort you out.
Yeah, don't go climbing on the back of the chair again.
Ugh, she can't. There's a big box on there full of toilet rolls and kitchen rolls.
It's funny. She got proper caught that night, didn't she?
Oh yeah. Cheeky little bugger.
Marcus has been spending a lot of money on Lego by the sounds of it.
Oh, good man.
This week he's bought the 2021 Tumbler,
Yeah.
the Batman. I'm assuming you mean
And
the
Batman.
1989 Batmobile, and the OG Batmobile from the 60s. I'm assuming, Marcus. We require many pictures in the Boom Hut as soon as you start to fondle with them.
I saw a photograph today. Or was it yesterday? Today. Of Michael Keaton. Not actually Michael Keaton, but he's going to be in some film, isn't he, as Batman?
Yeah.
But as the 1989 Batman. And it was a photograph of not Michael Keaton himself, but his stunt double in the Batsuit, doing his doubling for Michael Keaton in the Batsuit. And it's like, it's not an exact reproduction of the 1989 Batsuit. It's slightly more like evolved, so you can see it's like a natural. In the same way, Batman Returns was a bit evolved from the original Batman. All right, Donald.
Yeah.
Now, the problem is, I don't know if that was the arse or the mouth.
That
Yes.
was a sneeze, mate.
Well, it sounded like it was a squeaky fart as well. So
No, that was
Back in one sec, guys.
that was a sneeze, mate. That was a Donald Duck sneeze, mate.
it was
I
beautiful.
know. I am a man.
I'll be back in 1 minute.
Yeah, we
All
heard
right,
you.
folks. Bugger off.
Apparently, Cy Fox is going to be back in a minute.
Oh, is he? Oh, shit. I
Yeah.
can hear that.
Bless him. Yeah, that was one of my man of mysterious noises moments.
Yes.
Absolutely.
The Bobbins is with us.
Hello,
Good evening,
Bobbins.
buddy.
How you doing, mate? Hope everything's all right, mate. So where did you get that squig then, Si? Is that Forge World or is that a cast?
That is from that Russian company, RTLW.
Oh, right, yeah. I'll have a look at it, get them on.
And the hammerhead
Yeah.
and the banner, they're from the RTLW Iron Boss, it's called. It's basically RTLW's Mega Armored War Boss.
Yeah.
But the great thing about that kit is I can still build that kit because it comes with multiple weapon options.
Oh, right, yeah.
And I've always loved that hammerhead.
Yeah.
And literally, it fit. It was like it was made.
Oh, really? Like a glove?
Yeah. Well, have a butch. I'll share again because I didn't show you all the pictures. Where is it? I'll get the right picture up. Bonk. Bleb. Find the right picture, dude. Come on.
Marcus is saying the 1989 Batmobile is on order, though. So you've been with James and Ross, and they've been spending all your money, Marcus, by the sound of that, mate.
Yeah, definitely. Right. Open that.
Dum, 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 dum.
Right. Share, window. But yeah, so this is before, well, this is after I fitted it.
Oh, right, yeah.
And if you discount type this blade,
Yeah.
or that weapon.
Oh, I'm just seeing why I couldn't hear you then. Sorry, mate.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now, mate. Yeah.
All right, nice. But yeah, it was like, it was, they're exactly the same size.
Mm.
Obviously, the hammerhead has got more girth to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like it was made to do it. So
Oh, mate, that looks mint. I do like that.
yeah, I'm very happy with it.
Nice bit of kit bashing, mate.
Yeah, man, thanks.
It's
I
all
tell
right.
you what, though, folks in chat, I am looking very much forward to the Bandai Batmobiles that they're releasing this year.
Oh,
They're doing so Bandai. They've newly tooled, so it's a brand new tooling for the 1989 Batmobile,
oh,
and
nice.
they're also doing a tumbler.
You know, that would be worth getting both of them, wouldn't it?
Well, exactly, and they're Bandai kits, so you know they're going to be amazing.
Yeah. build quality and everything is going to be lush on them bad boys.
Yeah, man. I
Interesting.
can't remember what scale they are. I'm just having a look.
Yeah, be interesting to see what they retail at, won't it?
Well, they are 1 to 35th scale, so they will be a fair size. I would say probably the 1989 Batmobile is quite long, isn't it? So that'll probably be about, I don't know, maybe 6 or 7 inches long.
Yeah.
They come out next month, and it looks like the retail for them is 4,000 yen, which is
About 30, 40 quid then.
26 pounds.
Oh, really? Oh, mate, that's mid.
So in the UK, we'll probably pay about 35 to 40 quid.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
they look mint.
Which, to be honest with you, isn't bad for a Bandai kit, let's be honest.
No. And there's going to be so much detail. There's not going to be any flash.
Exactly.
Everything will just fit perfectly.
Yeah. Definitely go for one of them then.
Yeah, man.
Sounds like a plan.
They look awesome.
I can imagine Fox will get the 89 one because that's his favourite Batman movie, isn't it?
Oh yeah, well it's probably mine too. To be fair, I grew up with those.
Yeah, I don't think it was overdone, was it? That particular franchise.
No, but I'll show them if you want, Carl.
Yeah, no worries, mate. Yeah, no worries.
Because they look awesome. Window. This one.
Gives the folks an opportunity to see them, doesn't it? Just add it to the stream, mate. There you go. Oh yeah, look at them.
All right, so I'll zoom in a little bit. But yeah, they look mint.
Now, see, that tumbler straight away, I'm thinking, oh, mate, the weathering that can be done on that bad boy.
Well, better pictures. But yeah, they look really faithful to the movie kits as well.
They do. And
they look very detailed.
You know, with Bandai, the moulding on that's going to be mint.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely like them.
But it looks like they've completely molded the detail on the engine.
Yeah.
It's got oh cool. I didn't realise the cockpit opened if you want it to.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, it's one of those. I'd want to get the pair, to be honest with you. Just
I think you'd have to get the pair.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, no, because
so 1 to 35th scale.
Yeah.
They're out next month in Japan. So we'll probably start seeing them in the UK maybe April.
Yeah, just in time for the summer season.
Yeah.
That is pretty mint. I do like them. I think we'll be acquiring some of them, mate.
Yeah, man, for sure. I'll definitely. It looks like some reviewers have already got their hands on samples. So I will be looking at some reviews.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a brand new tooling, so I don't think you'll be able to go fucking wrong with that. Excuse my language.
No, Bobbin says, "Oh, my trousers have just got very tight."
Yeah, for sure. The only thing that I partly wish they had done with the tumbler is if they'd engineered it in a way that you also got the bike as part of the kit.
Yeah.
That you could take out from the assembled tumbler. That would have been really, really cool, but probably asking too much at the same time.
Yeah.
But
I'm sure if you had them kits, you could probably scratch something along them lines. But
oh yeah, more than likely.
But yeah, I get where you're going. It's a bit like the 1981 thing, wasn't it, where the car split, didn't it?
Yeah. And the armored mode, if they'd given you components to put it into armored mode if you wanted to, that would be really sweet as well.
Yeah. They do look rather sexy. Marcus says, "Oh, a Festa Tumbler Snazwagon." Yeah. Well, this is it. I mean, for that price, I could probably get 2 tumblers, do one as the Batman and do another one as, how can we say, slightly orkified.
Mm.
Yeah, no, so... Yeah. Another car I wish they would do would be the Nautilus out of the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, the big 6-wheeler.
Oh,
I'd love
that
that.
car is so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is a, if I remember rightly, there is an SGL file doing the rounds of one of them. I'll see if I can hunt it down. If I can hunt it down, then I'll sort something out, mate, and we'll get a couple of them bad boys printed up.
Nice. See, like, to be fair, that car is pretty much the only thing I can remember from that movie.
Yeah.
And that just tells you how good a job they did with that car.
Oh, it was brilliant, wasn't it? It's one of those. It was a bit like the original Fab 1, wasn't it, out of Thunderbirds? It's just one of those cars that was created and you think, yeah, I'd love a model of that to come out.
Indeed. Oh, I was wrong as well. They've actually done a third model kit for the
Oh wow.
There's a third model kit for the Batmobile from the new film. That one doesn't interest me as much right now because I haven't seen the new film yet.
No.
But yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see if I can find pictures of the frames of the new Tumbler and the new 1989.
I'd have to get the pair, wouldn't you? You'd have to.
Yeah,
mate.
so it looks like you can actually pre-order them at the moment from Hobby Link Japan.
Yeah.
And obviously, Hobby Link Japan will ship to the UK.
Yes.
And they are £23.94 each on Hobby Link Japan.
Yeah.
And I would suspect probably about 20 quid postage for the two.
Yeah.
So you'd be looking at 30 quid per kit, which in my mind is
still cheap,
excellent.
isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's definitely worth a look into, mate, isn't it?
Yeah, man, for sure.
Yeah, I like them. Yeah, that's on the want list now.
Yeah. It's been firmly on mine since I first heard about them in October.
Well, the thing is, as well, is like you said, it's Bandai, isn't it? I mean, we all know. I mean, I did the Bandai AT-AT for E-models and stunningly moulded kits, mate. They really are.
They are absolutely excellent. I stopped streaming, by the way, Cole. Yeah,
no worries, mate.
They are absolutely excellent kits, and I was gutted when the Razor Crest they released was in 1/144 scale because it's tiny. And I know that there's the Revel kit knocking about for the Razor Crest, and it's on my want list, but I'm just a bit dubious because it's Revel.
Absolutely.
But
Marcus agreed. He said it's a lovely car from the League movie. It is. It's one of them cars you just would love to have on the bench. 24th scale Scythe. Oh, it'd be mint.
The biggest problem with it is I don't think it will ever really get picked up. Well, I think if anyone did a kit like a mass-produced plastic kit, it would probably be Mobius.
Yeah.
Because Mobius sometimes do some of those.
They do the obscure stuff, don't they?
Exactly. Right, now I want to clarify for everyone. I am shaking e-liquid. There is nothing else occurring.
Well, I did wonder whether there might be, how could we say? Yeah,
I got a little bit excited over the Batmobiles. You know?
Retro Rabbit says HLJ is his go-to hobby store these days. Yeah, sometimes it pays, like you say, you order the stuff from them, all right, you've got to get it shipped over, but sometimes it's the quickest way of doing it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, especially if you buy multiple kits.
Yeah.
Because there is a point at which the shipping will jump massively. But in my experience, if you can order generally about 5 kits, and the shipping will stay around about £20 to £30.
Yeah, which ain't bad from Japan, is it? Let's be honest.
No, that's very reasonable.
Yeah, no, I mean, you know, sometimes shipping from one end of the UK to the other's more expensive than that.
Well, yeah, and then you've got to put up with Royal Mail.
Yeah.
which isn't always the best thing in the world.
No, it isn't. But no, I definitely like the look of them. Definitely
Paul
got me
D.
thinking.
Tommaso has joined us. Hi, Paul.
Hello, Paul. Hope you and your wife are doing all right, mate, and everything is okay, or as well as can be out there, mate. Bless him. Good to see you.
Yeah, definitely on the old hit list.
Oh yeah. As soon as they, I might actually pre-order them.
I would if I had the old. Oh, did you know?
What's that?
I have found a model kit.
Oh.
Of the Nautilus.
You haven't?
I have.
Oh, you are a ledge.
It's by a Japanese company called Wiv.
Oh, look at that.
Am I still sharing?
Yeah.
Nice. But yeah, look at that.
Send us the link, mate.
Well, there is an issue in that it's discontinued.
Oh.
So you would have to. It might be an eBay job, but you might be able to find one.
Yeah. Mind you, saying that, I waited 15 years for the Mad Max car and finally scored one, so...
Hell yeah.
I'm not adverse to playing the waiting game. But yeah, something like that, Nautilus car would just be one of those, wouldn't it? It's... Yeah, someone out there's got one in their stash.
Yeah, so there are a couple on eBay.
Yeah.
And they are about 150 to 200 pounds.
Yeah.
But you never know. They might do another.
They might do another run.
One day.
Yeah. Well, it's one of those films, isn't it, that just every few years gets put on the mainstream telly, and people see it again and think, actually, yeah, it was strange. It never really did great reviews at the cinema, and it surprised me because I thought it was a good film.
That's just it. It is a good film, but it never really took off.
No.
And it didn't even really garner like a cult following,
no.
like Firefly, for example.
Yeah.
Like that didn't really get watched much at the time, but nowadays it's got a cult following.
Yeah.
For some reason, League of Extraordinary Gentlemen just didn't really ever take off.
No. And it's surprising, really, isn't it? Because the story weren't that bad. I mean, I've seen worse films.
Well, exactly.
But...
In fact, when I think about it, I think part of the issue, for some reason in my head, that film came out at the same kind of time as Hellboy.
It did.
With
Ron Perlman.
Yeah,
it did. It clashed, didn't it?
And that film was a banger.
Yeah.
I still love that film to this day.
Yeah.
And maybe that's why it kind of got forgotten.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it was a bit like Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter when they came out together, wasn't it? Harry Potter garnered the interest and Lord of the Rings took a while to take off, didn't it? So...
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Ron Perlman, brilliant in Hellboy 1 and 2.
Yeah, I refuse to watch the reboot.
Yeah.
It has Ron Perlman in it.
No, I had a bit of a one-man protest on that one. It was like, yeah, not watching it.
So there is a conversation in chat at the moment about shipping from Japan.
Yeah.
I personally haven't had any issues.
Yeah.
I have a forward shipping address in Japan, so I effectively have a PO box in Japan. Yeah. And someone used it last week, and their parcel received in 4 days. So maybe it's hit and miss. Although they might have used DHL, I'm not sure now I think about it. But,
yeah, that might be where the problem is then. Mm.
I see a fox.
But what
did I miss? Anything interesting?
We were discussing the Bandai newly tooled Batmobiles that are coming out next month.
Oh yes, the 1/35 ones.
He is.
It's a very strange shape, size.
So I've cost Colin some money, basically.
Oh, jolly good.
Yeah, they'll be getting pre-ordered. You got to get the pair, haven't you?
No, get the 89 one. Tumbler, not so much.
The Tumbler's a cool vehicle, dude.
No,
Yeah.
oh, I can't stand those Batman movies though. I can't stand Christian Bale as Batman.
I enjoyed them, but personal preference, you know.
Yeah, I found them just. It was something just simple as the shape of the cowl that just annoyed me, and it didn't work. I'm like, no, I can't watch. It's triggering me. I can't. No, the mouth hole. The mouth hole is too small. It just, I can't. Just destroyed it.
That's a bit like them putting eyes on windscreens and not in headlights. Then.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Plus, I couldn't tell a word he said.
See, I didn't mind the films. I thought Heath Ledger's Joker was good.
Oh no, Heath Ledger's Joker was excellent.
You know, so
But it was literally what quite simply was the cowl.
yeah.
The mouth hole on the cowl just destroyed it. I couldn't. It's like no, I can't. I can't. No.
Yeah, but sometimes there are things like that they just grate on you, and you just can't.
You can't get past it. I just can't. Yeah. And it wasn't the 1989 Batmobile anyway, so clearly I wouldn't have preferred it. 89 Batmobile all the way for me, thank you.
Nice. Good news for Edward Leonard.
Oh.
Ford Road have agreed to recast the broken part. So basically, they're going to recast you the entire squig off, in essence.
Because it's the... when they say they've agreed to recast it, it's not like it's made to order. What?
Well, they probably are.
Yeah.
I didn't think they were.
In all fairness, because I would imagine...
I would have thought they'd just say, we'll send you a replacement, rather than we'll recast it. That's
Fair play,
Well,
mate.
strange.
I'm,
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
I'm
brilliant.
glad they've looked after you, mate.
I wonder if it's a recast because they checked their current stock and noticed defaults, and then they checked the mold, and maybe they've had to make a new mold.
Yeah, they might
Yeah,
have.
could be.
Yeah. Oh, you could
could
end
be
up
like-
with the burst moldage, mate.
Ooh, yeah, it could be
Now-
like, could be the end of life of that that particular mold.
So you've checked your squig off thoroughly, haven't you, Fox?
Yeah, nothing stood out.
You didn't find a certain piece of silicone on yours, did you? Because that would have been funny if yours. Your
Funnily
squig off
enough-
killed the mold.
There were some tiny little bits of silicone, in, little sort of like a turquoise colour silicone in a couple of places, which says to me, yeah, that mold ain't going to last much longer.
I wonder if your squig off killed the mold. If it was, it may have been the last one pulled. You never
It
know.
might. Well, I wouldn't say the last one, but one of the last ones.
Yeah, I wonder if they get an order in and then they cast like a couple over a few days to have some in stock.
Yeah.
And I wonder if that small batch maybe killed the mold or something. But
Yeah.
it's good news that they're
Oh,
they're
yeah.
replacing it anyway. They do generally have, and Games Workshop just as a whole, generally their customer service is spot on.
Yeah, it does seem that Edward got a bit of a douche that he was dealing with personally at his end, but
Yeah.
I'm wondering if that was the American side of it that was the
Maybe.
problem.
Yeah, because that's a forwarding hub, isn't it, that he's been dealing with?
Yeah.
So Marcus is off. He needs his beauty sleep. Good night, Marcus.
Ciao,
Sleep
Ciao,
well.
Bella.
Marcus. My there you
Ciao,
go, mate.
Bella.
Stay safe.
So, remember I was saying that last time I said to Mama Fox, leave everything downstairs and I'll come and sort it out. And she was climbing on the sofa to turn the light off.
Yeah.
Oh,
This time she was heading back down the stairs and I was like, are you going to bed? She went, yes. I said, well, where are you going? She went, to get all my bits. I said, no, you don't carry things up the stairs. You go to bed. I'll bring your stuff up for you.
Oh, she's been caught
like-
again.
I know. It's like, I only told her like half an hour ago.
She's a cow bag, isn't she?
I know.
yeah, but you Fox, I imagine have the same kind of mannerisms as your mum, and if someone said that to you, you wouldn't want to bother whoever.
Yeah.
So she probably just didn't want to bother you, and she thought she could manage. But
No,
I'm
'cause-
glad you caught her.
No, because I always take her stuff up anyway, so she'd still knock on and say she's going to bed. So it's like I just don't want to bring in stuff up the stairs while she's trying to climb the stairs. I'm
Yeah,
like,
in case she has a fall, bless her.
yeah, it's like there's a
No,
reason they put
exactly.
that extra banister in for you, Mark Fox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She probably just forgot because her memory's not
Probably.
the best at the minute. Sadly. She did eat though. She did actually eat today, like an entire box of Tunnock's tea cakes
Oh, I'm impressed.
and a very large slice of chocolate cake
And the lasagna?
and a lasagna. Yeah, right after she'd had a lasagna, she said, "Oh, I'm really full. I'm really full. Do you want any chocolate cake?" Yeah. Yeah, I thought you might.
There's always space.
Well, that's a good thing.
And a fig roll.
Bless
Well,
her.
at least it will come out of the other end nice and easy.
Oh yeah. We both had a fig roll today. I got a pack of fig rolls when I went to the shop, and it's like we both realised, well, we both decided that McVitie's fig rolls don't taste the same as they did in the 1970s. They're a lot blander nowadays. They don't really taste as sweet as I remember them.
I can't remember the last time I had a fig roll.
Yeah, I mean,
A long time ago.
I suspect I literally was at primary school, so it's probably a rose-tinted glasses kind of thing, but I'm sure they used to be a lot sweeter. And more figgy, I don't know. Very weird.
Biggie.
We were both a bit like, well, that's a bit bland.
Yeah.
I was underwhelmed by the figularity.
Well,
Or lack of big
Yeah.
we can add that to things like, Cadbury's fudges getting smaller and
Don't set Colin off on his rant.
and wagon wheels getting smaller.
Here we go. Big Macs.
Yeah,
Shrink.
I can- I
getting
can-
smaller.
I can hear Colin slightly triggering slowly in the background there.
Yeah.
I can hear all the little triggers pinging.
Shrinkflation, isn't it?
He's off.
He's off. Back in my day, all we had was
When I were a lad, it were gradely.
It's like Jaffa
set him up.
cakes, right?
Here we go. Told you.
Now,
See what you-
used to get 10 in a packet, you only get 9. Why? Odd number. Can't have odd numbers. Don't do odd numbers.
Do you see what you've done now, Si?
yep, and
I can get
Played
over
for
this.
Played for and you won.
I can get over it. I can get over it.
Like a book.
The bloody
Like a book.
Toblerone that gets me, though, the gap in them mountains.
the Toby Larone.
Yeah, that's the bloke.
Look at the Toblerone hilarity.
Oh, so annoying. And fruit and nut chocolate.
Retro Everett Studios does have a point that everything else in our lives is getting too sweet because there is sugar in everything.
Yeah.
So maybe the old things that we remember being so sweet, just they're not as sweet by comparison.
I mean, it was. We are going back, like, over 40 years.
Yeah, but when
Yeah.
you think about it, a US Coca-Cola or Dr. Pepper is totally different to a UK one
Well, yeah, that's true.
because, their sugar isn't, the fake stuff that we have over here.
Well, no, they're all about the good old
Okay.
high fructose
Yeah.
corn syrup.
I mean, could you
Yeah.
imagine me having a can of American Dr. Pepper? I'd be in the hospital.
You'd be bouncing off the walls, dude. I can remember when Lynn last year, dear Lynn,
Yeah.
said that she was thinking about coming to the UK, and I told her that Dr. Pepper has got aspartame in it.
Yeah.
She was like, crap, I'm gonna have to bring Dr. Pepper with me.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not the same.
That is a complete myth, by the way.
I don't know.
What's that?
That aspartame is dangerous and harmful. There's no actual
No,
evidence to show that.
I think it was more because it had aspartame over the normal sweetener in America, so she was convinced it wouldn't taste the same, and it probably
right.
wouldn't.
Ah, right. I didn't know if it was. I didn't know if it was because of all the rumours about aspartame being carcinogenic and stuff, which apparently isn't.
Yeah,
the case.
yeah,
It's
but
not-
the bacon is carcinogenic. Do you remember that one from about 5 or 6 years ago?
Everything is.
Yeah.
No, there were lots of rumours saying, and it was like all the research is like, there's no evidence to suggest it's any more harmful than regular sugar.
I can remember the only one that was ever somewhat validated in randomly controlled trials was the fact that it can hinder weight loss. because of its makeup.
Well, I mean, let's be honest here. What the Americans would call to as diet as sodas, any drinks like that are going to not do any good because they're all just full of horrible chemicals. They're all just nasty things anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
But they are delicious. This is the downside. You see, Dr Pepper is delicious.
Yeah, they are tasty.
They are happily tasty and happily to put them into my body.
Well, we had a cheat meal tonight. I made mac and cheese, and it was good.
It was nice, was it?
It was so good.
And lo, he looked upon the mac and cheese and found that it was good.
Yep.
And he looked upon it with his entire face mouth
Nom, nom, nom.
and found that it was fatness incarnate.
It was good. It was good. So it was mac and cheese with pancetta, and then on the side we had.
Oh, hang on.
What?
You started off with mac and cheese, good proper working man's fit. Then you put pancetta on it, like some poncy southerner.
Yeah.
What's with this pancetta? That's not simple. That's going all bistro nonsense.
What?
Mac and cheese, bit of bread, some chips maybe. Pancetta.
Why on earth would you double up on carbs? What's wrong with pancetta anyway?
It's nonsense, poncy nonsense.
How is it nonsense?
Because it's not working man's food, pancetta.
What are you on about?
Mac and cheese.
Oh God.
Mac and cheese is a proper good staple of the common working man. It's like a good simple food, but you put pancetta all over it.
Yeah, but pancetta is just bacon. It's just a different cut of pork.
I know, but it's just if you just said bacon, then I don't know.
But it's not bacon. It's pancetta, dear.
Yes, I know, but that's what I'm saying. It's not, there's poncy bacon.
Oh, well, I'm sorry if my excellent food offends your northern
He is
taste.
such a tart, isn't he?
I am.
You can stick to your hot dog carbonara.
Yeah,
You're
that's proper simple food. That is.
Your 1938 northernness.
Yeah.
He's brilliant, isn't he? Oh dear, you got to love him.
If you, you could ask probably anybody in the area where I live now. What's pancetta like? I don't know.
It's just bacon.
Can I put it on chips? Yeah, okay.
Of course you can. With some cheese, then you've just got cheesy bacon / pancetta chips. But you know,
I just get a pack of Danish bacon from the local corner shop. There you go. Slap it in the grill face. Happiness.
Yeah. But the little Tesco's across the road, they only had pancetta lardons. They didn't have any
Lardons.
other...
What was a lardon? What?
Oh my god!
You're just using all these
It's
upper class terms. I
It's
don't know.
cubed up bacon, you simpleton. Crikey! They had
Educating Fox.
Honestly, like if you just went round saying lardons around here, people were like, "What?
What
are you talking about?"
Probably think you was a French porno star.
Yeah,
You've got lard on.
They had no. Wait, I don't know if I should call it a rasher of bacon. That might be too upmarket for you. They had no splat.
yeah. Rasher of bacon's acceptable.
They had no rashers of bacon. They only had lardons, which is just cubed up bacon.
Nonsense.
But you know,
Russia.
Nonsense.
in answer to your question, Paul, I don't think we can get Skippy peanut butter. I know we can get Jif, which I think is an American brand.
Ooh. Peanut butter, you say?
Mate.
I do have to say, after recently discovering, like in the last couple of years, peanut butter and jam, which I'd never experienced before. Good God, peanut butter and jam is so good.
Sounds a bit upmarket to me, don't you think, Colin?
It does, doesn't it? It sounds a little bit. Sounds a little. Would you have that with your pins, with your pinky in the air?
It's American food. It can't be posh.
Look at him. Look at him and his foxness, eh?
Exactly. I'm scared to tell him that, like, you know, if I buy... Well, in fact, you had tiger bread today. Tiger bread is not simple food. That is posh bread for posh people.
Hey,
Well said.
that tiger bread came from my local corner shop, which does basic food, so it is basic bread. It's just bread with I don't know.
No, it's namby-pamby bread. That's what it is.
Nah, tiger bread's acceptable.
Ain't like a big tough southern
If
doorstep, is it?
you can buy it in your local lifestyle shop, it's acceptable. I'll never find lardons in my local lifestyle corner shop.
Well,
He's still
I don't have a lifestyle corner shop.
There you go then.
I have a Tesco's Metro. That's what I have.
Tesco's Metro.
lifestyle
Yeah.
corner shop. Since when's that been?
And you can't tell me Tesco's is posh.
Tesco's is no, because my local Tesco's is definitely not in a posh part of the.
Well, there you go.
But even they probably don't sell lardons.
I'm sure they do. Yes, exactly, Jeff. Hot dog carbonara. Julia Child is indeed spinning right now.
Hey,
If Tony Soprano was still alive, he would.
Oh,
nothing wrong with it. Tagliatelle, a good pasta sauce of your choice, and a tin of massive, enormous, big fat hot dogs, sausages, cooked and sliced up.
But there is everything wrong with that. That means that carbonara will not even contain egg. It's not a carbonara.
If it says carbonara on the jar of sauce, it's a carbonara.
Look at these two. Like a
Mate.
pair of women.
And anyway, it wasn't carbonara. It was garlic mushroom sauce anyway.
Oh, dear.
Okay.
So, boo.
No, 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 no.
Bloody
it
Northern
all comes out brown. Who doesn't really matter.
Trying to remember what ones of these dudes are what now. Right, he's got that. Okay.
Lardons, my arse.
That there looked like a slugger boy, Cole.
He's from the boys set, isn't he? He's not from the
Yeah.
commander. Yeah.
He looks like a slugger boy anyway.
Yeah. Damn, I've got some serious painting to do.
You've got all the painting in the
I
world to do. You
know.
have.
To have right a laugh doing it, mate.
So,
Yeah,
Edward,
for a very long time.
I agree that pasta sauce does not come out of a jar. But if you try and even educate Fox on how to make a carbonara, he would get confused.
Hey, listen, I make my own bolognese from scratch with no sauces.
Do you even use a sofrito?
I don't even know what that is. What?
It's the holy trinity: carrot, celery, and onion.
So why do you just say carrot celery rather than some poncy name for it? What?
Because it's called a sofrito.
Only with people who've got slices of fruit in the top of their beer bottles.
All people that can cook.
Slices
cook.
of beer in it.
Well, do you, first of all, are you calling it a bolognese or a ragu?
I'm just calling it the stuff I put on my spaghetti,
Right.
which is not. It's not really a bolognese. I just call it spag bol because I can't really call it spag made up crap tomatoes with other bits and veggies and things. And no. But I'll just call it bolognese because it's usually got some kind of colour to it.
Because a bolognese is based upon an Italian ragu, which would be carrot, celery, and onion, with pork mince and beef mince, probably about a 50-50 mix, and then some proper San Marzino tomatoes, and maybe stock, maybe not. And then you put milk in it towards the end, which will freak a load of people out.
I put cream in my bologneses.
Well, that's fine. Milk or cream, and yeah, you cook it for about 4 hours. But if you
say ragu to anyone in where I live, they'll be like, "That's a brand, isn't it?"
Yeah. Well, yeah. Fair point.
They won't know what that is other than it's a brand of sauce.
The,
me is just to get all the bits, bang it in the wok, put a load of cream in there to get the liquid, and then just apply warms and it's a sauce of some sort. There you go, done. Tomato, mushroom, red onions, herbs and spices. Never thought of putting celery in there. It was quite a good idea. Never thought of that.
I think I summoned Lynn when I was speaking about Dr. Pepper because the wonderful Lynn Dipple is now in chat. Hi, Lynn.
Hello, Lynn. Hello, darling.
Hey, Lynn.
And well, I suspect I know the answer, Jeff, and it's not a pleasant one. But Jeff would like to know, Fox.
Yes.
Is it acceptable to put mustard on your hot dog carbonara to class it up?
Well,
That's
it's not a whole hot dog. It's not like a hot dog in a bun. It's a hot dog sausage sliced up into bits.
Oh.
Poor man's meatballs, if you know what I mean. So, and yes, I do actually put a lot of English mustard in my whenever I make a pasta dish. And
There you go, Jeff. I knew he would say yes. I knew he would.
If I'm making like, you know, what I call a bolognese, it's just whatever I make, you know, my kind of bits and sauce. It's not a bolognese, but I'll put lots of things there. But things I'll always add will be things I'll always add, like Worcestershire sauce, soy sauce. I'll always add some sweet chilli in there, just a little bit if it needs it. I'll always put a big, massive spoonful of mustard in there just to get that mustardy kick. If I'm making it from scratch, I'll put some cream in there. I've never tried it with double cream. That might be a bit too much. But, you know, just normal single cream, just to pad it out. Sometimes, if I need to give it a bit more volume, I'll put, and it sounds really horrible, but I'll put a blob. I'll like put some just bog standard tomato sauce in there, just to add some kind of liquid that isn't just water, but that's thicker than, like, you know, all the other dressings or whatever. Mayonnaise, I'll dump mayonnaise in there. Anything that's like viscous and flavoursome, and of course, a sprinkle of Tony Cacheri's cage Creole dressing. No, I don't know how you pronounce it. The stuff that Craftsman sends out.
I feel it a little bit sick.
Why? What's wrong with all that?
I think most of chat is with me on this.
Why? What's wrong? They're all good. They're all good foods. We're only talking small amounts for flavour here, for things like, you know, the different sauces and things.
So, Lynn, I was saying about how when you were contemplating coming to the UK, you asked me about Dr. Pepper, and I told you that it wasn't the same as in America, and you was like, oh no, I'll have to bring lots with me on the plane, if you remember. So I think we summoned you by talking about it.
Absolutely, yes. I think we did. All hail Lynn Dipple.
If you say Dr. Pepper 3 times, Lynn appears.
Yep.
What are you doing, Cole?
I am sorting out my oaks ready for when I start grouping them together to paint them.
Ooh.
You see, Paul, we can't really get Italian sausage in the UK in the same way that you guys get it in the States and Canada and whatnot. It sucks. Yeah.
You can get it, but it's not. It's hard to find, and it's probably from a specialty charcuterie, and it probably costs you like a small fortune.
It's not easy to come by. In a similar fashion, guanciale isn't easy to come by either. Which Fox probably won't know what guanciale is. But you know,
I put food in my mouth, poop comes out the next day. That's as much as I think about it.
Guanciale is another form of bacon, but it's taken from the pig cheek.
Pig cheek.
It's what you're meant to use in carbonara, a proper carbonara.
I don't care what purpose it serves in real life. I just put it in my face and it goes and it tastes nice. That's all I care about. So
Jeff says you are redeemed because of the Creole seasoning that you mentioned.
Oh, absolutely.
You are redeemed, Fox.
Oh, that goes on everything.
Hold on a minute. How can Fox be redeemed?
Because I mentioned Tony Cacheri's Creole seasoning, which is the one Craftsman sends out.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's Craftsman, isn't it?
You can never be redeemed. You're
irredeemable.
Yeah, you're irredeemable, mate.
All I know, Cole, is that Uncle Jeff said Fox is redeemed. So
I'm not going to argue with Jeff then, no.
No, exactly.
There you go, see.
No one argues with Uncle Jeff.
No one argues with County Grand for Mongo.
So say we all.
Absolutely.
This is the way.
This is the way.
It's the order of things.
Oh, Colin, you were meant to say something like "make it so." So we covered every
make it so.
Every series.
Well, this is the order of things. Is Star Trek, isn't it? It's Deep Space Nine. So we've got them. I can't think of anything from Farscape.
Intendant Kira.
How are you finding Sons of Anarchy, by the way, Cole? Are you liking it?
Yeah, I watched it. I've watched it before. It's just
excuse me.
I haven't got round to finishing putting my server together, so I've not been able to watch Major Kira for a while. So I've been watching Disney Plus And I thought, well, if I do Sons of Anarchy, and then next up on my list is Boba Fett.
Yeah, man, nice. Yeah, I love Sons of Anarchy. I fully appreciate it's not exactly realistic, but it's a good show.
It is a good show. It was cleverly done.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of them, isn't it? Sons of Anarchy. What more can I say?
What is this Sons of Anarchy of which you speak?
It's basically a US drama about a motorcycle club and their exploits is the best way to describe it.
I did think it sounded something like that.
Yeah, you won't like it, Fox, because it's
I
got
don't-
it's
I
got
don't think
tough
you did.
gangstery men in it that are killing everyone and doing silly stuff. And
That seems a bit boring to me. I'm watching Castle again at the minute.
how could you
In
watch
the-
that shite?
In the absence of anything else to watch.
Oh, that's awful show, that is.
What, Castle?
I had
I'm
to
not
be
familiar with
subjected to that, and it was like the premise of that series was done in about 2 episodes. It's like, how could you drag it out for so long? It's like
I quite like
Really?
Castle. It's just kind of amusing. I find it amusing.
Nikki Heat, yeah, she's done to death, mate.
I quite
Anyway,
like it.
that's
Yes,
the beauty
indeed,
of things.
Bobbins. It does have Ron Perlman, and Ron Perlman is excellent.
Ron Perlman is God.
Yeah, and he looks like an orc.
He does. All orcs look
Yep.
like Ron Perlman. You can't
Yeah.
tell me that orc there isn't Ron Perlman.
But the only thing that Ron Perlman's got working against him is that every role he plays looks like Hellboy,
I am
which is
gonna
not a bad
call-
which is not a bad thing.
Yeah,
but it
well,
is.
I am going to call that orc Clay Morrow. Named after Ron Perlman's character.
No, Paul, I completely agree, Paul.
What? Anyone watching Castle should be shot.
Yes. Yep.
No, Castle's good.
Sorry, did someone say something?
I feel that we're picking on Fox tonight.
No, I don't mind. I'm a big boy. I can take it.
Business as
Oh,
normal.
no, big boy, no.
I'm a big boy now, Mum. That horrible Colin and Simon were picking on me again.
I'm quite proud. I'm happy to say I enjoy Castle. I find it amusing.
Sorry about
like
that, guys. I had that mac and cheese is repeating on me.
That'll be that poncy southern rubbish you put in it.
Oh God, he's still going. Isn't he? He's brilliant, isn't he? Right, that's them. There's a lot of stuff to paint, isn't there? Shite.
Yeah.
I didn't realise I'd built this much.
Yeah. It's not. It doesn't really sink in when you're doing it over weeks and weeks, and you think, oh crap.
Well, yeah,
Mate,
you just...
I've just found out that Jeff has an R2. Jeff,
yeah, it's 1-to-1 scale.
tell me more.
He's in the R2 Builders Club, I think.
Yeah, it's 1-to-1 scale, Si.
I didn't know this. Ah,
Yeah, he's
Fully
put pictures in the boom up
articulated.
before. Oh yeah. Yeah, I think he's in the R2 Builders Club.
Fully articulated.
It's fully functioning.
Makes all the noises, Si.
Yeah, he's put pictures up before.
given the life that you've had, Jeff, have you ever met Adam Savage?
He's a legend. Adam Savage.
He's one of my favourite humans of all time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think he's
As was
brilliant.
Grant Imahara.
Oh yeah, the late Grant Imahara, yeah.
Yeah.
That was sad, that was. So sad. Bless him. Damn, I've got shitloads to paint.
And it's just a shame that Adam Savage has got saddled with Norm.
Yeah.
Be right back, guys. I think I need to
You all right there, Si?
go to the bathroom. Yeah.
Do you need a rewipe?
Yeah, be right back.
Clean up on aisle 4, please.
Absolutely. Alright. Okay. Damn.
Steady.
Alright, let's put those all in there.
You know you've built a lot when, like, you spend 45 minutes going through them all and thinking, God, I've built a lot.
Yeah, it's one of those. I just couldn't remember. There was one figure that I couldn't remember building in the instructions. And I thought, have I built it? Have I not? And I thought, well, if I got this out, I could have a look at the sprues, see if there's any sprues in here that, were a work in progress. But
You made the terrible mistake of looking at them all at the same place at the same time
yeah,
I'm back.
and going, oh,
they're in the projects box, aren't they? Yeah.
yeah.
The reason I broke the straw wrap is because Paul Di Tomasso's lovely wife is watching and wasn't aware of the straw.
Ah,
And she thought they were real.
oh, bless her heart.
Yeah. I can inform you that they were not real. And I'm sure Paul can demonstrate how to achieve such majesty with the straw.
Oh, the straws of goodness! The amount of people that have been doing that, it has
Majestical
grown.
straw shenanigans.
It's grown into cult status, Si.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's become a thing, isn't it?
It's very similar to cheesy balls, you know.
I got the wet tea towel of shame because I did one in the lounge, and my missus thought it was real. She come launching in with the tea towel, started flicking at me, going, "You dirty, utter, scuzzy animal." And I'm like, "Love, I did it with a straw." "No, you didn't." So I had to demonstrate it, and she went, "Are you fucking mental?" she says.
Yeah, the fact you've actually got a straw specifically for that purpose.
Yeah, and she's like,
She should not be
"Really?"
surprised, really.
I accept no responsibility at all.
She's gonna end up stopping you hanging around with us, like, isn't she?
Yeah.
Oh
eventually?
yeah, and then I'm like, well Fox and Size was just showing me the shit. Don't go blaming them.
Yeah, the thing you'll learn, Si, is that whenever we get Colin in trouble with H, it's always his fault, and we're not blamable.
Well, that is excellent.
Twinkle
That's
Toes
good- it's good
Wolf over
information.
there gets away with it all.
Yeah, if we set him up to do something, and he gets bollocked for it, then it's never our fault.
You leave him alone, she says. He's looking after his dear mum. I'm like, oh God, makes me sick.
Oh yeah.
Quicken on Fox, she says. Poor Fox. Don't feel sorry for him. It only encourages him.
Well, you see, now Paul Di Tomasso has just dropped his missus in it. He says that she drops better toots than he does. Now, I have a theory, Paul, that generally speaking, the fairer sex generally do drop louder, more impressive farts than the male variety.
Oh yeah, my missus is epic.
Yeah. They just won't do it in front of people that aren't their spouse. So they have there's no accountability.
No.
Nope. All the best Trumpers I know are women.
Oh yeah, my missus sounds like a wet bath mat being ripped up. It's like, damn. How someone so tiny can make such a loud noise with her Harris, I don't know. Do you think I've got a lot of stuff in there, Fox?
Hang on, let me have a look. Oh, Christ. Gee whiz. The question is, though, as you get each one out and paint it, where are you going to put it?
Oh, I don't know.
You can't just jam them back in there, can you, while you're working on them? No, just imagine if you painted them one at a time. That would take you, like, thousands of years.
I have come up with a cunning plan for my shelf of orkness.
Oh, yeah.
Cunning plan?
Well, yeah, you know I've got that big pot of sprue goo, orc goo, warhammer goo, whatever you want to call it goo.
Yeah.
I'm going to make walls and wrought iron and terrain out of it and clad the whole shelf area. Sides, bottom and all of that lot. So it's proper, some of that industrial terrainy stuffage.
So it's going to be a diorama shelf, in effect.
Yeah,
Basically, yeah.
That's
shelf for
cool.
armour.
It just basically is a lot easier than me doing individual dios for everything because they're all long and narrow.
So
Steady.
Jeff says he's never met Adam Savage, but Adam Savage did like a Q&A video recently, and I have watched that one, Jeff, so I am familiar with the General Grievous costume of which Adam speaks. And apparently Jeff's wife made the cape for a very, very cool General Grievous costume.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
Which is very cool. But yeah, Jeff, Adam Savage is like,
He's God.
he's awesome.
If I met
Those,
Adam Savage, I would dish out a voluntary hug.
Yeah, man. Those spacesuits that he made recently from scratch that mimicked the next gen NASA suits were just incredible.
He's brilliant, isn't he?
Yeah, man.
He's just
See,
got.
see, the downside I've got is that I had to unsubscribe from the tested channel. I haven't seen a lot of these things because I used to subscribe to it, but I can't suffer Norm. I can't.
Yeah, but you
I
just...
can't. It just seeing a video, it'd be like I need to just unsubscribe. It was too traumatic to accidentally click on it and see Norm doing something bad with a model.
Wow.
And it's just I can't.
Just every now and then, just do a Google for not Google, just do a YouTube search for like Adam Savage one day build, dude, and just
They occasionally
new
pop
ones.
up in my like recommended list and stuff, which I check every day.
But yeah,
got no
like
subs.
he is a very very cool maker.
Oh god, yeah.
And I love the manner in which he shares everything he does with the world. It's just awesome.
Absolutely.
I was always vastly amused that I thought I made up the gunk wash. I just kind of made it up off my brain. I was like, oh, I'll try doing this, and it worked. And then, like, you know, a couple of years later, Adam Savage just does it and says, "Yeah, we did that all the time." I'm like, okay, I didn't make that up then. I thought it was something I invented, but apparently it's an old movie miniature trick anyway.
You might not have made it up, but it does demonstrate that you're relatively intuitive.
Well, I didn't invent it, but I made it up for myself. But then it was already a known technique, but I had no idea. So,
but it does demonstrate that you have a level of.
Please say competence, because I can laugh.
Well, I very nearly said intellect, but I had to stop myself.
Steady now.
Yeah,
Bloody hell, Si. Are we talking about the same bloke?
I resemble that remark.
that's that's why I stopped myself, Cole.
Yeah, that was deftly applied handbrake there, Si.
You see, Retro Rabbit says he'd be afraid to meet Adam Savage in case he was in fear of being disappointed. The old adage of never meet your heroes.
Never meet your hero, yeah.
See, I can see where you're coming from, but I think Adam Savage is one of the few people that I believe that does not apply.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm sure Adam Savage has actually had conversations where he said that he's met his heroes and always says, "Yeah, never meet your heroes."
Yeah.
I'm sure he's told stories about
He
meeting
has
unnamed people
multiple
that he.
Yeah. So, Rise Down Design is with us. Good
Hello,
evening.
Josh. How you doing, buddy?
Evening.
How you doing,
Right.
mate?
Now, chat, we need to have words. There is currently 22 of you fine people watching the Friday Frolic. But there's only 12 likes.
No.
I reckon we can get that up to 20.
Yeah.
So give that little like button a little tap.
He's good, isn't he?
Yeah, I am. And if you're not subscribed, make sure you are. And if you are subscribed, make sure you've clicked on the bell so you get notifications when Colin uploads videos.
He's really good.
Now, I do need to point out that I've been very restrained all night, and I haven't pointed out at all the fact that Colin hasn't done any pimpage at all so far.
Damn,
Well-
I thought I'd got away with this.
Now, you went straight into let's see who's in chat, and I'm like, oh, hello.
Yeah.
Is that...
And also, guys, whilst you're there, looking to see if you are subscribed and click the bell, maybe consider being a channel member so you can come and join us in the 24/7 hangout where we just fart about and talk crap all day. Very similar to how we're doing right now.
Absolutely. That is-
You'll never see Fox, but you do see Colin.
It's one of the perks of being a channel member, and you could also support this channel on patreon.com/Festa67's workshop, and you can also support Fox on patreon.com/modelmakingguru.
There you go. Good girl.
And click the join button under any of our content. I'm crap at pimping, ain't I?
Nice. 22 likes. That is what I'm talking about, people.
Well done, Si. Thank you, mate.
Only takes a little bit of name and shame, and people do the duty.
But there is a reason that I nag you guys, because the way that YouTube algorithm works is the more interactions that happen on the stream, the more likely it is to be pushed out to new people
Yes.
who might not know of Colin, and they might discover Colin.
Yeah, and you'll make new friends when they come into the chat.
Because
Yes.
I am useless at promoting my channel. I just assume that people will automatically find it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well-
you didn't even share it on Patreon until 11:18
I know.
p.m. young man.
I noticed that. I did it. I put a few links up earlier.
And he's gone.
Oh, he's gone.
Yeah, I am bad, and I try, but it's shit.
You are bad, but you know I've got you back, bro.
Yeah, it's just out of me comfort zone, isn't it? You know, it's just how I am.
Yeah. If it was my stuff that I was having to pimp, Cole, I'd be exactly the same.
Yeah, I don't mind pimping other people. I'll pimp you, I'll pimp Fox, you know, but when it's my own, I just worry that people might think it's arrogant to do that.
We need to beat this out of you, clearly.
Yeah, but
As Retro Rabbit Studios correctly says, please like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Got to have that lateral lisp. Like and subscribe.
You see, Paul, I know of someone called Pasquale, but in England we had someone called Joe Pasquale. I don't think the singing Italian chef Pasquale ever came to the UK.
No. We had a comedian, and I say comedian in air quotes because he wasn't funny and just was punchable.
Yeah.
oh, you wasn't a fan, was you, Fox? I forgot about that. You kept that one under wraps.
So, Colin,
Pasquale.
do you know a
yeah.
song? Do you know a song that might get on Fox's nerves?
Yeah.
Really?
Especially,
Really? Are we like 6?
Especially if you used that helium setting on your microphone, Si.
Oh, you see, I haven't got it at the moment because I reinstalled Windows the other day, and I haven't downloaded the software yet.
Oh.
I will fix this.
Yeah, you need to fix that.
Presently.
No, don't bother me. It just means nobody can understand what he says. Joe Bleeding Pasquale. I don't understand why he was ever considered funny.
I don't. To be fair, the only time I've really ever seen Joe Pasquale was in a panto years ago, years and years ago.
I never quite understood why people considered he was funny though. It's like he wasn't a little bit blue for the dads. He wasn't funny for the kids.
I don't think he was. I never found him amusing.
Yeah.
But as kids in school, we did love to annoy teachers with the song.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But yeah, that's the extent that I really remember Joe Pasquale.
I think that was his entire routine, wasn't it?
Probably.
Thing is, when you meet him, you go, right there, Asgard.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't. He actually talks like that in real life.
Oh mate.
I just try and piss him off by going, to me, to you. Oh, wait, now.
It was a bit like that annoying, cranky thing, wasn't it? I've never understood why they were deemed funny.
Nah.
You know. Who later went on to become First Minister of Scotland.
Steady, Harris.
Yeah.
I see what you did there.
That was good, wasn't it?
It was a good transition.
She went on to become First Minister of Scotland. He went on to become Spit the Dog, I think.
That was Bob Carrollgees, wasn't it?
Yeah, I know. That's the whole part.
Yeah. It went over my head, mate. You should know
You
that.
killed it. You killed it.
Had to be funny in the first place to kill it.
Someone
We lay this joke to rest. May the world still remember him. Sanding noises.
I know.
It's quite good because I can't see the screen.
Yeah.
I'm developing this talent to know what people are doing by sit on the bench simply by the sounds that are happening.
Well, it's like the fish. You know you've dropped out because you stopped hearing the fish tank.
Yeah, that's why I don't need to have a mirror on the thing anymore. Because if it suddenly goes quiet, I'm like, oh, fallen out again. Oh,
Is the sounding that loud? Really? That surprises me.
no, it's not loud. It's just I've got a good sense. I've got good ears. It means it's more that your microphone's that good. sniffles.
Yeah, I might have got all my squigs out because it's been a while since I've looked at
Get your
these.
squigs out.
Well, I want to sit and prime these this week.
This week, I've been mostly priming my squigs.
Get your squigs out. Get your squigs out. Loads of squigs.
Free
Funny,
for
we
a
was
pound.
having this chat, weren't we, earlier on, Si, about squigs and how much we love squigs.
Squig.
Squigs
Has
are
Simon
brilliant.
fallen out? Is he with us? He's gone.
Device is not connected, it says.
Oh, he might have turned his microphone off. Or he's unplugged it, or he's broken something.
He's downloading the software, isn't he, for the Yeti?
Yeah, I don't find the healing voice annoying. It just means you can't hear what he's saying. You can't tell what he says. Bow, bow, bow,
no.
bow, bow.
I thought, well, if I prime them, I do like them. And it gets me filming some painting, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because I am useless.
I need to get some work going at some point. I've got so much I need to film.
Yeah, I've been filming me bike and bits and bobs and doing the stuff for remodels. Get some bits and bobs up on the channel then. You do. You tend to lose track of time during the week, don't you? It's with the best of intentions. You come out and then you think, yeah, I'm going to get this, and this done, and you go, yeah, I just want to have a watch of something on YouTube, and then 3 hours has gone.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it's more just I can't sit there and say, right, I've now got X number of hours.
No.
Because, I'm constantly making sure Mama Fox has got a cup of tea and got something to eat. And
Absolutely, you've got your caring duties. It's just how it is, mate.
yeah.
It's... I mean, in the reverse way, I can only spend a limited time at the bench anyway.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I've had to reverse my entire day to cope with that. And it's
Yep.
still a learning curve. I'm still not getting it 100% right, but I'm doing better than I was.
I've got my alarm set, don't worry.
Yeah, I've already stood up a couple of times, mate, because I've been really good today.
No, get you being all behaved.
I know. It's quite scary, really, isn't it?
Did you get a bollocking or something?
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, I did get a bit of a shoe-in.
Well, you probably deserved it.
Yeah, I did, mate.
Yeah, I'm a bloke. Of course I did.
Absolutely, mate. I'm not going to dispute it, mate.
It's universal.
Well, the thing is you get complacent, don't you? And you think, yeah, it'll be fine, and I paid the price.
All right. You fought the law and H1.
Absolutely.
Lynn asks how Mama Fox is doing. She's doing all right. She's been a bit poorly this week. With the bad back and stuff. So, just been looking after her.
Absolutely, mate. The legend that is Mama Fox.
Up days and down days. And he's back.
Absolutely. Oh, let's just let him in. There he is.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Were you going to do pooping then? Is that where you went?
Yeah, there you go.
I can't tell if I am now a chipmunk.
Not. So I downloaded the software, and like a moron, I didn't account for the fact that it would mess with my audio settings whilst I was installing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I lost all sound, and then my headset came back, but you couldn't hear me, so I just rebooted.
Yeah.
Yeah. Welcome to fiddling with stuff
Whilst you're
without
live.
planning. Yeah.
Yeah, I did a TED.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. We've all done it, mate.
TED confirmed.
Yeah. Chance of Ted, 25%.
Now, I haven't seen one of these kill rigs, Cole. How was it? Is it a good kit?
It really is a good kit, Si, yeah.
I mean, the squig on it looks bloody enormous.
Yeah.
It is.
That is super squiggage.
It's huge.
Yeah. Big old squig.
Now, has it got a poop chute?
No.
Has it got a wedge?
No.
Oh, poor Squiggy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mind you, I've only
Cool.
just scribed the line down the middle, but no, there's no arsehole. There will be, though. I can do a bit of drilling.
Yeah, why not?
That sounded wrong. But no, it really is a spectacular kit. There's so much of it, Si. You know, it's
it's huge, isn't it?
it is. It's, you know, well, put it this way, all of that in there is to do with it.
Damn.
Yeah, no.
Damn.
You'd have great fun building it, mate. And then I got the other Squig Boys, I think it was.
Yeah, the Squig Hog Riders. Yeah.
Yeah, I got a load of them to go with it. So, like you say, you'll have the kill rig and a load of squiggage, and look at that one.
Squig, yeah, he's awesome. It's such
Brilliant.
a shame you only get one of him in the kit.
Yeah, I do love him. He's brilliant.
I hope at some point they do a whole unit of them.
Yeah.
But I have to say, though, the hands-down winner of the cutest ever squig, of the most adorbed squig, is without doubt the little flat bomb squig that comes with the Rucker Truck squig buggy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The little landmine squig. That is the cutest thing ever,
Yeah.
a little flat turtle-looking thing.
Yeah.
That wins hands down as the cutest squig of all.
Yeah.
So, Edward Leonard asks, Fox, how does your super cannon barrel look? Because his looks pretty rough.
Uh,
Oh, what's this on the
Well, it's-
squig off?
yeah, I bought it separately. I can't remember. It looked alright. I mean, all of them are old, so they all had a few, you know, bits and bobs and flash, and they weren't like beautifully clean like this thing was beautifully clean, required a little cleanup, but they were a little rough around the edges. Like I said, the platform of the howdah for the squig-off was really crunchy, and yeah, you can tell that's an old mould.
Yeah.
The detail, like the bucket full of ammunition, was just like, ooh, yeah.
It will be very intriguing to see if Edward gets a completely fresh mould, and if his detail is super crisp.
Yeah.
I
I
it
want-
works out for him because, you know, he's had a bit of a rough experience, hasn't he?
Yeah.
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 And not only is it a rough experience, but it's a rough experience with an awful lot of money.
Well, yeah,
Well,
this
exactly,
is it. You know, it's not, you know, a cheap £5 kit we're talking about here, are
No.
we? It's
It's
No.
like
Well,
if it happened with the Grot tanks, it would still sting. Like, it would still sting a lot because it's still like 80 quid. But the fact it's like nearly 400 or however much it was, it's so
Yeah.
much money.
Well, this is the thing with Forge World. It's kind of well known that, you know, when you order from Forge World, it's not acceptable. It's well known that when you order from Forge World, there's always the chance that whatever you've ordered, whether it's a 20 quid single figure or it's a 1,500 quid Titan, there's always the chance that something in there is going to be either there's going to be mold slippage or warping or something that's beyond repair. And if you watch any of Leaky Cheese's videos on YouTube, he even says the same thing. He says, doesn't matter which one you buy, there's always the chance that at some point you're going to get something that at first glance might look alright, so it gets passed through and it gets past his quality control. But when it gets to you, you realise there's no way you can fix it. You can't. There's a mould slip that just destroys little details, or there's a bit of warping that can't be fixed. And he said, and it's well accepted that you're going to get that from time to time, but it's the thing that takes the edge off it a little bit is that the customer service is usually really good. So it's like, yes, if you order a lot of stuff from Forge World, from time to time you're going to get something and you can find, right, well, this entire component, I can't use it, I need to get it replaced. And they will always do it without question more often than not. So that's the sad thing is, that's obviously if you're in the UK, that's not so bad. They'll just send stuff to you. But clearly, if you're not in the UK, it's a bit more tricky.
Yeah, and
So
compound it, like, even if that only happens one every, I don't know, let's say 1,000 orders, someone has an issue. It just sucks that it happened to Edward on this first ever Forge World order.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Because it's I mean, that is the thing. It's always the thing you say to people is like, when you order from Forge World, do expect that you're going to have to do some repair work here and there for like mold slippage and warpage. It's just that's how resin works. But normally, if there is something you can't fix, they will just sort it for you dead quickly or with no problems. So the fact he's had this experience it's a real shame, because normally I just wonder if he just got the one.
It's
member
very unusual, isn't it?
Yeah, either he got someone, like I say, who was US based and isn't like proper Forge World, or he just got the one member of staff who were the wrong person to speak to because they were obviously a complete spoon.
Yeah, Retro Rabbit did say a bit earlier that the American customer service, it's not as good as he's heard the UK customer service is, unfortunately.
No, I mean the thing is, if you're dealing with the UK customer service, if you're in the UK, you're dealing with the guys in Nottingham anyway. I suppose with Edward, if you're outside the UK, you're dealing with people who maybe don't work there and therefore don't understand what's involved. They're just general customer service rather than actually working at Forge World.
Yeah, it might even be that they have to log your complaint and then forward it back to the UK. Like, they might not even directly deal with it. Who knows?
Yeah.
I'm sure Forge World would be interested to have this fed back to them, though, because it might open their eyes to a problem they may not be aware is happening. So.
No, because I mean, I've had occasion to mail Forge World for stuff, and I've always got a quick reply, usually within 24 hours, and they've always been really friendly and helpful. And so I just think it's a maybe it's the thing that if you're at Forge World, you understand the process of how they make these things because you're there, and therefore they understand, like, hi, I've got this piece, I can't reshape it, it's impossible, no problem, we'll send you a fresh one. Because they understand about how all this works. Whereas,
well, I can tell you firsthand that the Forge World customer service department in the UK sits on the next floor up from the Forge World casting room.
Yeah.
So
that's what I mean. I mean, you're dealing directly with Forge World, so they're going to have an understanding of how their process works. So they'll understand that, people are going to have issues.
If they need to, they could literally pop their head round the door and tell Joe Bloggs to start casting up whatever it is because they've had a customer complaint. If they don't, it's logged as a ticket, and then downstairs pick it up and do what they need to do. But literally, someone could just... I'm sure probably when Forge World started, like 25 years ago, someone did literally pop their head round the door and say, we've had a phone call, can you cast up X, Y, and Z? And,
Yeah. And because you used to work there, so... But
I thought, just going to chat, folks are discussing some Gunpla kits, and Paul's mentioned Daban models, which obviously is...
bootleg.
Yeah. I thought they got closed down, Paul. Did they just reopen the next week, I'm assuming?
Yeah, they're like cockroaches, you'll never get rid of them. I think they did make some original stuff as well, Daban.
Yeah, I believe they did.
So, but they also made that. I know Bandai did try to kick their ass a few years ago, which Bandai doesn't agree with.
There was a couple of them. There was Daban, and then there was...
I can't remember the other one.
I can't remember, but I distinctly remember that Daban's logo looked very similar to the Bandai logo.
Yeah.
The Sazabi is a brilliant kit. Munchkin Modelling Man. Brilliant kit.
Yeah. Looks a lot more scary than it actually is. It's not as terrifying and confusing as it first looks when you get all the bits out.
Okay. Yeah. So, Paul D. Tommaso informs me that it was Dragon Momoko that got shut down.
Oh, that's it. Dragon Momoko, that's the one.
But they did open shop again.
Yeah, they're like cockroaches. They're just like any Chinese knockoff company. They don't care.
No.
It's not like Bandai can actually drag them through the courts because it's a Chinese knockoff company. They don't care.
They're not going to worry, are they?
No. It's Chinese counterfeiting. You can't get rid of it.
Exactly. You're never going to stop people buying it either, because if they've got the chance to buy it at that price, that's what they're going to do.
Yeah, that's the shame, though, isn't it?
Well,
I mean, they are buying knockoff crap that's not even anywhere near as good, but
absolutely.
No, but it's very similar to the Lego.
Yeah.
Some people enjoy the knockoff Lego, or they simply can't afford the the actual Lego. So if someone will buy it, fair play. But I don't particularly agree with ripping off intellectual property.
Hello,
but
Mama
there you
Fox.
go.
Hello, Mum.
No.
Hi, Mama Fox.
No, I'll never purchase knockoff stuff. I don't want to support that. That's just my personal thing. As an artist, I'm very big into IP
Well,
theft.
it's the little guy that suffers, isn't it? Because
Yeah.
they end up going under.
Yep. It's always the way.
You know, it's like that Mad Max figure I'm printing there. You know, that's a paid-for file from Sanix. You know, now I don't mind paying for that because the quality of it is unbelievable.
Well, that's it. That's the great thing about STL files is you can get free STL files.
Yeah.
But the amount of patrons and paid websites that have popped up does allow you to directly support the artist. And generally
Absolutely.
speaking, those STL files from those sites are absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
So Panzer's joined us. Hi, Panzer.
Hello,
Panzer.
Panzer.
So Panzer has got lasagna rolls for noms, which sound amazing.
I know. I don't know what that is, but I need it in my face right now.
How's work this evening? I imagine you've probably been quite busy with the storm and whatnot. Have you not, Panzer? Well, hopefully it's been fairly relaxed for you anyway.
What does Panzer do?
I don't know exactly what Panzer does, but I believe he works in some capacity for one of the emergency services.
Ah, right, okay.
That's the impression that I've got. I don't know his exact role, but yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, you bang on, sorry.
Bang on. Bang on.
So obviously they're on high alert at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. We've not been too bad here. I mean, we've got the storm today was only as bad as the storm on Monday and Tuesday, thankfully for us here in the northwest. So we've had strong winds, but nothing too bad where I am.
We had a red warning here from about 9 a.m. till about 4.
Yeah.
I think.
We just got an amber one here.
It was incredibly. It was so windy that it blew one of my windows wide open from its latch.
Oh,
And
right.
I was asleep at the time, and I won't lie, it scared the fuck out of me. But yeah.
Well, it was windy enough here today that my bedroom window was making farty noises.
Oh, really?
Because it's like they're old metal frame, aluminium frame, double glazing.
Yeah.
I'll be back in 1 second, guys.
I did.
Yeah, like I say, it's been pretty leery, isn't it?
Yeah, it's been windy. Thankfully, I don't know of anyone either in the community or personal real life acquaintance or family that have been injured or anything like that.
No.
So, I'm sure a few of the people we know have lost fence panels and stuff like that. But that's,
I'm back.
I did.
I was just sneaking in quick Mama Fox hugs while she was going back to bed.
Oh, bless
Fair
her.
enough.
She said hello. She said love to the internet.
Oh, bless
Love
her.
to internet. So, in response to your question, Panzer is an emergency call handler for
Right, yeah.
Police
busy.
Scotland.
I heard.
He says he's been pretty quiet tonight, but the calls that he has had have been weather related. So.
Yeah.
I saw something rather bizarre today, and I don't quite understand why somebody would be this stupid. But there's a thing, I think it was on the BBC News said, and it said that the ambulance service had put a request out. I don't know where this was. The ambulance service had put a notification out asking people to stop calling for an ambulance when a tree fell over.
Really?
When there was nobody, no injuries or anything like that, or no danger to life. And I'm like, why would somebody call an ambulance when a tree falls over if it's not actually caused an injury and nobody's in danger? Why would you call an ambulance? What?
Perhaps they need it to go to the triage. Oh, come on.
Taxi for Colin.
Oh,
We need to
come
root
on.
this. We need to root this nonsense out.
Oh, come
So,
on.
and I was, so I was like, why would somebody call an ambulance? Because what? And it was saying, yeah, please just, if it's a tree falling over and nobody's been hurt and there's no risk, just call your local council, maybe, not an ambulance. You morons.
Yeah, the spoon.
Can I have an ambulance, please? Why? Tree's falling over. Anybody hurt? No. Is anybody going to be hurt? No. Are you an idiot? Yes.
Yeah, computer says yes.
I don't know. People are idiots.
Absolutely.
Me, 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 me.
Fox,
Yellow.
Panzer would like to remind you to never underestimate the stupidity of the great British public.
Yeah.
I never underestimate the stupidity of my entire species. Every day I live on this world, there's another reason for me to loathe my own species even more.
Yeah.
Over the years, I've developed a great loathing for most of my own species.
I can confirm that Jeff quite enjoyed your joke, Cole.
Oh, cheers. Thank you, Jeff. At least
Thank
someone did, mate.
Yeah.
It's amazing what happens when you send people money, isn't it?
Yeah. I've always liked Jeff.
Yeah,
It's
he's
not
a good
true.
lad.
It's not true what they say about him, is it?
No.
I never believed a word of it.
Bless him.
Hey, I'll tell you what.
What's that?
Playing Cyberpunk.
Mm.
And you remember when I was playing Fallout 4 and I was doing the little hacking mini game?
Yeah.
And I was trying to explain the very, very simple hacking mini game and struggling massively because people are like, how does that work? I don't get it. And I'm trying to show it, but because I'm showing it fast. It's like, you just do this and it's really simple. It's a really simple hacking game. Well, there's a kind of form of hacking in Cyberpunk. And Jesus Christ, is it... Oh, they've had a bit of an Ubisoft moment, I think.
Before
really?
you start, Cole, I would just like to say, guys, if anyone needs a beverage, go and get one now because we're going to be here about 20 minutes.
No, I was just going to say it's a really simple hacking game, but in the actual game, they in no way at all explain it in any way that makes any sense, and they do this a few times with some of the mechanics, and they've done a real Ubisoft thing. Oh, hello. That's Colin's 2-hour alarm, but you've been up and down a few times.
Yeah, I shall stand up again imminently.
I shall set another 2-hour alarm. Yeah, so there's a few mechanics in the game that aren't hard once you know how to do it. But they don't explain it at all. So I got this little hacking thing and I'm like, okay, I don't understand it. And the tutorial thing's like, here you go. And I'm like, I still don't understand what. So I went onto YouTube to find a guide how to do it. And I found like 7 different videos. And like all but one of them were absolutely no use at all. Because they all did the same. Here's the screen, and what you do is this. There you go, done. And I'm like, well, that doesn't explain it.
No.
Until I found one guy that said, right, we're going to go through it step by step, and here's how you do, and here's the rules, and here's how. And I'm like, right, now I understand it. Turns out it's really simple, but it's just really hard to explain. But I was sitting there going, I can't get my brain around this at all. And then I figured it out. And I'm like, oh, right.
Was it the same level of simple as the wash holder?
No.
I love it.
No, to my credit, in my defence, it is very simple, but it has specific rules which aren't in no way explained anywhere. And if you don't know what those rules are, you'd never think of them, and you'd fail it. And you'd fail. And how people figure this out, seeing as the game doesn't teach you at all very well, I don't know. But it's very simple, but only if you know the rules.
It's even simpler than that, dude. It's an Ubisoft game.
But it's not Ubisoft though. That's what I'm saying. They've pulled an Ubisoft in that.
Who made? I thought Ubisoft had made it. Who
No, it's
made,
CD Projekt Red, or CD Projekt Red, as we all mispronounce it.
Yeah.
The Witcher guys. So, but they pulled the right Ubisoft and just didn't bother explaining it at all. And the funny thing is, right, you can do a tutorial, like a tutorial thing, which doesn't really explain it, and then they do like a little. When you first do it in the game, they take you through it with some prompts, and it still doesn't explain it. It's like, really? Because there's a few rules to it that it in no way tells you anywhere. But if you don't follow those rules, it won't work, and you'll never get it right, and you'll hate it. And now I've figured out how to do it. I've still not figured out why I need to do it. I've not really figured out the point of it, but there's a few mechanics in the game they don't explain well at all. So be prepared for a few little bits of frustration. But I am enjoying it.
You get up and have a wander, Cole. If you do go out into the garden, though, be careful. Remember, there's lots of wheelie bins flying around.
No, I don't go out in the garden, mate.
There's a worm at the bottom of the garden.
I just wanted to
And
make
his
my
name
wheelie
is
joke.
Wiggly Woo.
Wiggly Woo.
You are
Wiggly
good.
Woo. That's his name, the worm at the bottom of the garden. What's his name? Wiggly Woo.
Wiggly.
So, Munchkin Modelling Man says that apparently a chap called Major Slack explains it quite well, but you don't need it anymore. But...
No, I say I found a few of them, but they just went through it. But it might have been that one, I can't remember. But he took great pains to explain it step by step, but also explain the basic rules to it, which is basically, you've got to pick certain characters from a grid.
Yeah.
But there's a certain way you have to pick them, an order in which you have to pick them, and if you don't follow that order, it won't work.
Oh.
But,
So Jeff has just put in a $5 super chat, Colin.
I just saw that. Thank you,
Yeah.
Jeff. Your air guitar should be imminent, mate.
So
guitar.
Jeff has just paid his licensing fee so he can
Woo!
use the triage gag for himself.
Absolutely, Jeff. You are licensed to use that triage gag anywhere you want to, mate. And there you go. There's your air guitar on the screen, mate. Oh, that's better.
Now, I'm really impressed now. We've got 26 likes and only 21 people watching.
I know. It's good, isn't it?
Good, that is. Good job, guys.
And a big thank you as well to Paul over at ISM for the shout out earlier on that he done on the end of his stream for the Friday Frolic. Massively appreciated if you're watching, Paul. And don't forget, folks, he does a daily live stream at the bench. Tune in and share the love.
Indeed. I do love the sound of your keyboard, Fox. It is incredibly satisfying.
Oh,
It is
mate,
just the most sexiest thing ever, isn't it?
it reminds me of when I used to work in the IT cubicles.
I can send you links if you want to buy one.
No.
They're only 100.
Yeah, I prefer my 1984 style gaming rig that flashes at me. Oh, bless you. Model making guru. I don't know what I'm saying. Yeah, just put in a £5 super chat. Woohoo! I've just made it. He says, "Wait, thank you very much." And your
I've just made £5. Oh, wait.
Your air guitar will be there imminently, mate.
I will not see it because I paused the video. I've saved my computer exploding.
Absolutely. So yeah,
Doodle-doo-doo-doo-doo.
Fox will be getting his bit of air guitar going, and I do like a bit of air guitar. You probably noticed.
Yes.
And I'm being really good. I am stood up.
Yeah, the difficulty with these keyboards that I've got is that this is my second one. The first one died. Couldn't quite figure out why, but the first one died, and when I went to get the replacement, because I got so used to it, I couldn't go back to a normal traditional keyboard. They didn't have any. I'm like, oh, because the company in the UK that sells them, they're made in the US, and they just depend on them being sent from the US part of the company.
Oh right, yeah.
From the US guys. So I'm like, oh, but they had a few of them in stock, but the one I've ordered is a standard IBM Model M. It's just got an extra key for the Windows key. Other than that, it's a standard IBM Model M. And but they had some other ones in there as well. But no, I need me scissor spring, buckling spring keys.
I had my keyboard to bits, and the amount of photo etch I found under the keys, quite
I can
scary.
only imagine.
Well, I want to take mine apart and clean it out. I don't take it apart in case I break it and it never works. But I've learned two things. One was I was cleaning it out the other day and I found a cocktail stick between a row of keys. I don't quite know how that got there. But I also found that this is the weird thing with this keyboard, right? It always works. But here's the thing. If you turn the whole computer off, turn it off completely, and then give it a wipe over with, so let's say, a baby wipe or a clinical wipe or something like that, which is what I do. I just give it a quick wipe over. And then turn the computer on. The keyboard doesn't come on.
Oh, right.
And you have to unplug it and plug it back in again. But only if you give it a wipe with a clinical wipe, like a cleaning cloth.
Yeah.
If you just turn the computer off and on, it's fine. But if you give it any kind of... But I don't know why. It's not like it's getting moisture in there. I'm only wiping the case on the outside. I don't understand. How does it know?
Yeah, it's a bit strange.
It makes no sense. I don't understand.
It's because it's a computer.
Don't understand a lot of things, bro.
Well, yeah, I know, but it's just weird how it's like... It's weird how every time I give the keyboard a wipe down, when it's powered off, and everything's powered off, it never comes on when I turn the computer back on.
Oh, Colin, you've got another super
I've
chat.
just seen it, Si. Thank you very much. Si Reynolds just put in a £5 super chat saying Fox equals arse, and you'll be getting your air guitar any minute now, mate.
Excellent.
Wow, wow, wow.
Oh, I can't afford to do another one, but I was going to do another one that just said Psy equals clunge nugget, but I can't afford it.
No, that's massively appreciated, gentlemen.
Victory is mine
Yay!
on this evening.
So, Si, if you can come onto my stream tomorrow and do a £5 one on mine, I'll make back the money I've given to Colin. Woohoo!
Does that constitute the most unsubtle of subtle hints there, Si?
Welcome to trickle down economics.
That means that I'm £10 down.
Yeah, we don't care.
Okay.
That's not important.
Yeah, Si's like, hold up a minute, how does that work?
Very well, thank you.
Yeah, I was going to say, but then if you come onto my channel, and then I was like, oh, wait.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. It's a motivation for you to get your channel back and start making some content in it, so we can all give you money. Or not.
Oh, cut me.
Fuck's sake. I just taken a drag on my vape. You're trying to kill me, dude.
Colin's burps are now passed through an oscillating LFO oscillator filter.
Oh, dear. Sorry about that, folks.
Colin's the world's version with a built-in patch bay. Moog patch bay.
Oh, dear.
Route it through the oscillator. My dad used to do that. He used to go when he burped.
Oh, dear.
I used to like in the 19 when I was a kid in the 90s. Well, not a kid, I was an adult, but like I'd be on a Sunday. You guarantee it every Sunday. It was the same routine. I'd have a lie-in because I was a lazy get, and it was Saturday night. I'd been out on the beers anyway.
Yeah, I was going to say, hold up a minute. Hold up. Can we rewind? I was. It's like that's normal business, isn't it?
Well, just shut up. Anyway, so I'd be out on the lash on a Saturday night anyway. Yeah. So Sunday was my first my lying day. Yeah. So I'd be lying there fast asleep, and of course Papa Fox at the time, bless him. Yeah. When he was not dead. Of a Sunday, the routine was always the same. He would at some point, usually about 11 o'clock, go downstairs, get out of bed, go downstairs, make a beverage and a cup of tea for him and Mama Fox. Yeah. And he would invariably make a metric ton of toast. Yeah. But I'd be lying there in bed and I'd just hear either the world's loudest fart. Yeah. Or more often than not, it'd be a massive belch. Yeah. But it'd be... He'd do this kind of weird oscillating thing. And that would wake me up and I'd be like, right, I'm up now then. Absolutely. Legend. Or... His little trademark was he'd do a belch, but it'd be like a 3-part belch. It'd be like beep ba boop. He'd do 3 different notes. He'd kind of say different words when he belched.
Now, I don't think you'll be as excited, Fox, but I think Colin reasonably happy. I heard today that they are doing. Do you remember the X-Men cartoon from the 90s? Cole.
Yeah.
Cole.
They're doing new episodes next year.
Oh, watchable. Plus. Yeah, I'll have a bit of that.
Is that Marvel or DC X-Men?
That's
Marvel, isn't it?
Yes,
for some reason, it's never interested me in the same way like the MCU stuff we've got now has. I don't know why.
You're about to get a lot of X-Men in the MCU.
Yeah, I know. Well, the thing is, I think it's because when the X-Men stuff was made, it was before the Disney and MCU.
Yes.
And they were kind of more serious and dark. Now we've had all the MCU stuff, I'm probably more open to watch X-Men stuff because it's probably going to be in the same vein as the existing MCU stuff. So that's all right.
If we're entirely honest, half of the reason they've pursued the multiverse route is to bring in the X-Men from Fox, basically.
Yeah. Well, you've seen the trailer for Doctor Strange and the Madness of Multiverse of whatever.
Well, yes, we all know that Patrick Stewart is in it. Yeah.
Yeah, but we don't know if he'll be I can't say it. Xavier. I refuse to say Xavier because that's just bullshit.
He's gonna be Xavier.
Oh, mate, he's going to be called Xavier from now on. Then
I refuse to say Xavier because that's just ridiculous.
But yeah, it's 100% his voice at the head of.
Of course it is.
At the head of the Illuminati.
But I did find myself thinking, if the X-Men films that they start making now are in the same style and vein, slightly light-hearted, a lot of action and slightly light-hearted and a little bit of humour in there, I could be up for watching them. Because the thing with the old X-Men films, they just bored me. I was bored. They were far too serious.
They were very serious.
It was like
comedy relief.
And I never had an interest in Marvel at all, ever, in my entire life, ever, until like the first Iron Man movie and then all the other stuff that came in. It's like, actually, these are quite fun. Yeah. I quite like these.
Well, it was quite recently that you watched them all, wasn't it?
I think Downey nailed it.
It was when I got the Disney Channel. No, actually, I watched a load of them before that.
To be fair, I still think the first Iron Man film is one of the best.
Yeah. He absolutely nailed it.
It's still in my top 5, and to the point that I don't think the MCU would have taken off if Tom Cruise hadn't left the role.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think what set me off was I'd already seen Iron Man, and I think I'd seen Iron Man 2. Just at my mate's house, we'd watch it on a DVD or something one day. And this was before I even knew about all this. So I was like, that's quite good. But then I think I was sat there one day and I was on Amazon Prime and I was like, I'm bored. I've got my dinner in front of me. I need to watch something. I was like, I remember I thought, Iron Man. It came up and popped up. I remember that was all right a few years ago when I watched it, 7 or 8 years ago. I'll give that a watch. So I watched that. And then I remembered there was an Iron Man 2, so I watched that. And then I started... I realised there were the other Marvel. I thought I went to a website and said, right, which one should I watch? What order do I need to watch them in? I just watched them all. I thought, you know what? I'll give them a go, and I loved them. All the Avengers and stuff was brilliant because it was all that same.
It was cleverly done. Well, I think without Downey, it wouldn't have been the same, would it?
No, because he brought that kind of irascibility to it that I think then followed with the other characters and the light-hearted stuff.
Yeah.
And that's why the Eternals, is it the Eternals?
So we watched that last week, I think it was, and it was
boring.
It was pish. The only comedy relief in it was brought by the Indian director chap. Well, and it just wasn't really enough.
Well, no, I'd say the only proper MCU movie comedy moment was at the end where the two guys with the kid in the kitchen talking.
Yeah, so let me rephrase.
I don't want to put any spoilers out, but
the only attempted comedy relief was from the Indian director.
Oh yeah, and his little sidekick.
It didn't really work. Like if you put that next to Guardians of the Galaxy, Thor Ragnarok, they don't compare, or even one of the films, if you put it next to Endgame, which by all accounts is a much more serious Marvel film.
Yeah.
With only little tidbits of comedy relief.
Yeah.
It's
But the thing is with Endgame though, you've invested in the characters as you've seen them in the films up to that point.
Yeah.
So you've had your comedic moments, and now in that particular story, you get to see them being a bit more serious. But with the Eternals, my entire premise for not liking that film or finding it boring was there was no humour in it. It was It wasn't. I'm not saying that we can't have like a dark Marvel and a dark MCU film. Of course we can. They could quite easily do a proper, real dark, Batman-esque style MCU movie, no problem at all. But the problem with Eternals was it wasn't dark and it wasn't funny. It was just bland.
It was. I found it really slow.
Yeah, I found it really just. It wasn't. If it's not going to be funny, it should really be dark. Because I'm not watching a soap opera. If you can either do funny or you can do serious or a bit of both, but you can't do neither funny nor serious. It was just bland. And I have to say, I didn't care for any of the characters apart from the Indian guy. He was funny. Not funny, but he was a likable character. I liked him. He was a good character. The Bollywood star.
My favourite was the big guy.
The big guy.
The big guy. Who was looking after Angelina Jolie's character.
You mean the one? You mean the one with the fists?
Yeah, the one that reminded me a lot of Wong.
Yeah, I was going to say it's basically just a rip off of almost Wong as well. But he was. I preferred the Bollywood character. But the thing that got me was, by the end of the film, I couldn't tell you what any of the characters were called, what their special powers were, and all I wanted to do was punch the Irish guy. Because he was very punchable. I don't know why they cast that guy in that, but I just wanted to punch him. He just had that face that was like.
Never watched the BBC drama called The Bodyguard.
No,
he's the lead in it. So.
Yeah, I don't know. It was bland. It was flat. There was neither amusingness nor excessive seriousness or darkness. It was just. I don't know. There was just nothing to it. It just bored me. I didn't care for any of the characters at all. Right. There was no dynamic between them all. I didn't feel peril or loss or anything for any of them. I don't care.
I'm gonna love you and leave you guys because I see the missus is like starting to wind down for bed, and I don't want to keep her awake.
Yeah, no worries, mate. I mean, we're not late, are we, Fox? So
no, I don't think we'll be doing it.
So I'll tune back into the stream at 7 tomorrow morning.
Yeah, no worries, Si.
We'll just read our own chat. Don't you worry about that.
Always a pleasure, mate, and thanks for the super chat, mate. Massively appreciated.
My pleasure.
Big hugs. I'm going to sneeze.
Many hugs to everyone. You all in chat. Yeah, I will see you on Warhammer Sunday. If not,
absolutely.
In the 24/7 hangout, which you can join if you either subscribe.
He's good, isn't he?
But yeah,
imagine what it'd be like if we paid him. Wow.
Absolutely.
Exactly. Good night, guys.
Take care, buddy. Big hugs.
Stay safe if it's still windy tomorrow, guys.
Yeah, we'll do, mate. Yeah, we'll probably come up about 1:30, Fox, eh?
Well, it's up to you, dude.
It's up to
you. I can probably go. I can go a bit longer, but I'm not up for a. Yeah, I'm just not think I'm up for like a 5 o'clock finish tonight.
No, you tell me when you're ready. Yes.
Yeah, we'll carry on.
Because it makes no difference to me because I'm up anyway. You know that.
I know. Well, we'll see how it goes. I probably will end up being here till like 4 or 5 in the morning anyway, because I'm getting carried away doing my chips.
No. How's it coming, mate? All right.
It's chipping quite nicely, actually. I'm probably going to get this finished fairly quickly.
Good.
I'll have all the brown chipping done. I don't know what's next. And I've got a few decals to do, I suppose.
No, I'm just playing with me kill rig, to be honest with you. I've done me dudes there. I just thought I'd give this a little visit because I want to prime this during the week.
Oh yeah. Well, I was going to say, assuming it's not windy, but of course you've got an airbrush, you can do it with that.
Yeah, I'll do it with airbrush, mate. Yeah.
I've got to be honest with you. If I can do it with a rattle can, I'd much rather do that. I've got to the point now where I'm so lazy.
Yeah. Well, I've got Avalanche Sunset, Lead Belcher, and I think it's Corax White, is it? As rattle cans, but something like, for instance, the rig itself. The base for that is just going to be Lead Belcher.
Yeah. I would say just I think I've said this before, but if you prime anything with Lead Belcher or with Retributor Armour, the gold one, matte coat it before you start painting over it.
Yeah.
Because it really knackers your surface tension, Lead Belcher. The paints that go over the top.
Oh yeah, it's like a metallic in it almost.
Yeah, well it's just the silver paint, but it's going to get matted anyway when you do your shades and stuff. So just
a
lot of people don't know that.
What's his name? I got matte varnish just there.
Yeah. So a handy tip for anybody out there who doesn't know: if you do prime with Citadel's Lead Belcher or Retributor Armour, before you start painting on top of those two, or before you even, because sometimes a lot of people, what you'll do is you'll prime it with the lead belcher, and then you'll do a shade coat like Null Oil or something to get the shade in there. Matte varnish it first before you do that, because it's a shiny paint. It changes the way that the shades and paints go over it, so you will notice a difference. Just matte varnish it first, and then do your shade.
It gives it gives you a key basically.
Yeah. I'm really sad that they got rid of the Fang primer cans.
Yeah,
because that's the perfect colour for deathcore.
It's like Avalanche Sunset, isn't it? They got rid of that.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like,
they're probably just the ones that didn't sell very well, but
it was a bit like the Glazes. I had to make my own in the end. Bloodletter Red and all of them.
Well, they replaced them with the contrast paints, didn't they? So.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm guessing that Avalanche Sunset didn't, and the Fang didn't sell as much.
Just makes you
in
wonder,
rattle can form. Yeah. It's a pain though, because I had to go out and buy a load of the Fang Air paint to do me deathcore.
Yeah. You know, especially where I'm doing Bad Moons. You know, cans of Avalanche Sunset would be brilliant because you could just base everything with it.
Because I can't argue with that point you've just made there. It's irrefutable.
Valid point, mate, wasn't it?
Yes.
Sorry, folks, for the high-pitched squeal.
Mr. Wilkinson, you are before the court today on the charge of such and such. How do you plead?
Yeah, guilty as charged. Yeah.
Foreman of the jury, have you come to your decision about the accused? Do you find him guilty or not guilty? We find him.
I can remember when I was in my last job let out, cracking Spider Pig, and everyone was like, what on earth was that? And it's that awkward moment where you peer up and go, yeah. And that was where the Spider Pig nickname came from.
I used to work with a girl who, I used to work in an office where there was a girl in the office who had Tourette's.
Yeah.
And it wasn't swearing Tourette's, but she would just sit there and, you know, she'd just say things a lot. And everybody in the office knew.
Yeah.
And we just kind of, it was accepted. She was just...
Absolutely. Nothing.
Because it was like, you know what? She used to laugh about it in the office because everybody knew anyway.
Yeah.
So, but she used to come out with the office would often be in fits. And she'd be laughing as well because, like, you know, at one point she'd be sat there and it was basically a quiet admin office.
Yeah.
She didn't work on the phones, obviously. Yeah. It was a quiet back admin office. And we were sat there one day. All you can hear is like the sound of typing and the occasional phone call, people talking quietly. And you just hear like, I'm a fucking seagull, mate! or things like that, just completely out of context. And she'd be like, I don't even know where that came from.
Yeah.
But she was a lovely girl.
Yeah, it's such a bizarre condition, isn't it, Tourette's?
And she said something to me. She said something once, and sometimes she'd just say random stuff, and sometimes she'd say something about someone. Yeah. And she said something one day. I can't remember what she said, but she said something about me one day. Mm. And if you didn't know it, it'd be like a really offensive thing to say. Yeah. And so she said it, and then she went, "Oh, I'm so sorry." And I said, I don't mind. It's hilarious. That I was sitting there giggling because it was like a really insulting thing, but because she'd said it, and it was so out of context. Yeah. And it was like, I was just laughing. And she went, I'm sorry. I said, don't worry about it.
There's nothing the sufferers can do about it. You know,
no.
It's never malicious at the end of the day.
No. It was good, the fact that she was working in this office and, you know, everybody, she was a good part of the team. And it was like,
absolutely.
They weren't bothered by it.
Why not?
It's nice.
At the end of the day.
And it was a lot of the times, it was quite hilarious. Sometimes.
It's one of those things, isn't it, Tourette's? There was a really good documentary on it where a guy put together a band and it was all different Tourette's sufferers with varying degrees of it. And when they was under the stress of creating music and all of that, they become less symptomatic. But before they actually started recording anything or performing, oh, mate, they would all be setting off each other's ticks, as they call it. It was a bit like that live, the Fast Show one, wasn't it? Where Bob Fleming's Fucking Classics, you know, it was like that.
Setting off, Bob Fleming and the other guy.
Yeah, and
setting each other off.
for anyone that's never seen that online, Bob Fleming's Fucking Classics, you are in for a treat. It's British comedy at its finest. And, yeah. It's not taking the P out of it, it's just putting it into a context, isn't it? And
yeah. But yeah, so she was a lovely girl.
yeah.
She was a good kid.
That's the one thing I miss in the workplace is all the different characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. But...
I remember when because I used to work in a call centre and I hated the job. I absolutely despised the job.
Yeah.
But I love the people I work with. My buddies there. And when I was doing my comic strip, that's where that comic strip came from. When I was working there.
Oh, right. I never knew
all
that.
the comic strips. Well, all the comic strips are based on like dumbass conversations we had outside when we were on a cigarette break. In those days, I used to smoke in those days. We just have these dumbass ideas and come up with stupid ideas for stuff, and that's where all that came. All the ideas came from.
Oh, wow.
But as soon as I left that job and went to something else, that all just dried up. It just went.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have those conversations with those guys anymore. I remember one day we were stood outside a lunch break.
Yeah.
On a nice summer's day, trying to we were basically reenacting Star Wars in Yorkshire.
Right.
As if it had been written by Yorkshiremen.
Yeah.
Hey, Luke, what? Luke, no, it's my son. No, Luke, over there, Luke.
So it did that.
Oh, look, all these little, it was like Yorkshire Star Wars.
Yeah.
I can't remember a lot of how it came out now.
Mad. You're bloody mad.
Up in that snow moon.
It's a sub-assembly. That lot will all get painted. Lovely. Got how detailed this was.
Oh yeah. I suppose if you've been away from the GW for a little bit, you'll
Well,
get
yeah,
surprised when you get back into it.
I tend to only drag the Warhammer stuff out on days I'm streaming with it. Because you know what it's like. You know what I'm like before I go live. I start fettling.
Mm-hmm.
And that then leads to, like, you know, another build that I've done that I could have done on a live stream. So,
and let's be honest, if you spent a lot of your free time doing Warhammer stuff, it'd be harder for you to say you went down the hole.
that would be an ecumenical matter, but pretty much true, yeah.
Because if you did spend all your free time doing it, you'd be like, I'd not down the hole every free moment. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah. It works well for the live streams. That's the thing.
Yeah.
It really
Purely
does.
business. Purely a business decision, obviously.
Absolutely, it lends itself to it. I just had a ding go in my ear there.
Wasn't me.
Chuck Wagon Up has just subscribed to me channel. Thank you
lovely.
very much for the subscription to the channel. Massively appreciated, mate.
Welcome to the crazy family.
Welcome to the mad world.
Please leave all your belongings at the door because all your belongings belong to Kajit.
Always nice when someone subscribes.
Yeah.
At the end of the day,
It's even nicer when someone sends you food.
yeah, I am my own worst enemy. I know I'm useless at pimping and all of that, but
You will hear not a word of disagreement from me, young padded one.
I'm getting better than I was, but I still forget. I do need reminding constantly, don't I?
Yeah, I knew today when you came on, you said, hey, everybody, welcome to the show. Let's have a look who's in chat. And I'm like, oh, you forgot something.
Yeah.
Right, I think... Oh, no, not yet. Not done yet. I've got a sniffly nose. I shall do a quick chat dolly bit while I'm letting that dry.
Yeah, no worries, mate.
Let's have a look and see... Paul Di Tommaso says it's not Xavier, it's Javier.
Yeah.
My sister's name, says Retro Rabbit. My sister's name is in the credits of Thor Ragnarok, production director for Method Studios. Her team did most of the animation of Thor's
wow.
Hammer. Cool.
Good factoid, mate. That's 100 XP there, isn't it?
Yeah. Now, Thor, have you watched all the MCU films, haven't you?
No.
Have you not? I won't go there then.
No, you carry on, mate, because
I was going to ask you. I
will
was going to ask you a
have
question. No, I was going to ask you a question, but if you've not seen it, you won't be able to answer my question.
Depends. I've seen Iron Man's.
No, you haven't seen the one I was going to ask about then.
And I think
Lynn Dipple says, I'm filling out an application right now. That's why I'm not chatting.
that's all right, Lynn. Hope everything's all right, sweetheart. And
Yep.
good luck with the application filling.
When we were talking about spraying a matte varnish onto Lead Belcher or Retributorama, Retro Rabbit says 2 times less shine.
Yeah.
Candygram from Mongo puts up a little thumbnail of Spider Pig.
Good man. Good man.
There's actually an emoji for it.
Yeah, I know. It's one of my emojis on my memberships, mate.
Oh, is it? Oh, cool. I didn't realise you had that on there.
Yeah.
I thought it was I didn't know if it was like an official YouTube one.
No, that's one of mine, mate.
Cool. Edward Leonard says, can't argue with the Spider Pig.
Absolutely.
If you want to be able to do a Spider Pig emoji, folks, then you need to become a member of this very channel.
Absolutely.
Just click the join button underneath this video or any of Colin's content. You can become a member, you can give him some money, and also you get that cool emoji amongst others. There you go. Happy times.
There will be other super cool emojis coming soon.
Paul Di Tommaso says, so the McDonald's mini donuts are overpriced flavourless treats. The icing on them tastes like Play-Doh. Yes, they are awful. Let's be honest. Good to know. Was going to try them. No, McDonald's. Have you not had McDonald's donuts there? Surely we've had them here for years. McDonald's donuts. They're like little pasty.
Never had one, mate.
Yeah, I wouldn't bother. They're just Play-Doh's a good description, actually.
They've never looked that appealing to me, to be honest.
I don't know why the conversation. Oh, he says he got them as a free item through Uber Eats.
Oh.
I don't know why, but Panzer Cat says, when dealing with cold callers, I tend to use the infamous black-headed penguin at the end of every sentence. It confuses the hell out of them, penguin. EC Albaho is channeling, and then as a result, EC Idaho is channeling Monty Python and says, Albatross! Edward says to the person that joined the channel, welcome to our customer service centre. Each one of our associates has Tourette's syndrome, so if they tell you to fuck off, don't pay attention. We are an equal opportunity employer.
Oh, bless you. Our viewers know us so well, don't they?
Oh, yeah. Candygram wishes Lynn the best of luck.
Absolutely. We all do, Lynn, because you're part of our family, Lynn. You really are. And we hope things...
I mean, she might be filling out a form to get, like, cable TV. We don't know what she's filling out.
No,
but...
she's filling out for employment, mate.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I was chatting to her in the hangout about stuff.
All right. Changing things up a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, she wasn't happy there, was she? So
no, she's been used somewhat, should we say.
Yes.
Which is a shame. Taken advantage of, that's the word.
Yep. Well, good luck, fingers crossed.
Yeah, we're all rooting for you, darling.
Okay, I can confirm that Rhinox hide is not a good tasting paint.
Oh, you didn't?
Well, no, the paints normally taste fine. I lick my brush, but I had more paint on than I normally would.
See, I'm lucky. I'm not a brush licker, so I've not suffered Agrax Earthshade or anything like that. And don't even go there. I'm not going.
I thought we got you. I thought we got you to try it once.
I think you might have done, but
I'm sure you. We were like, you've got to try it at least once. You're like, okay then.
Yeah, it didn't do anything for me, if I remember rightly.
It didn't make you retch and heave.
No, mind you, it might have only been a micro dot of Agrax.
Yeah, no, you need to get the proper
brush
lickers amount of stuff on the brush.
I'm not going to be chugging Agrax Earthshade anytime soon.
No, I wouldn't recommend it.
You can have one of them instead.
Yep.
Right. This has got a load of dudes on it as well. I didn't realise how many dudes there were on this thing.
All of them. Have you not added a load of dudes to it as well?
Yeah, there was a few little grots and bits. But all the other squigs are going to go with this as well. So it's going to... Is it going to be another long, narrow diorama?
Yeah, of course it is.
I think I'll just have these on their bases and it'll just go on the shelf-orama.
It's like you can never ask Colin how many figures come with the model because he'll have added like 13 figures to every model anyway.
Absolutely. I do like amalgamating builds together.
You can never become a model kit reviewer because you'd be like, here's my review. What comes with this kit? Honestly, I don't know because half of the stuff I've added. So I can't remember what was in the box.
It's the bit where it says this piece is optional. It's like, it's going on there.
I don't know what this word means. This word means nothing to me.
Yeah, I don't understand the words optional extra. It's all going on there.
You say optional, I say challenge accepted.
Yeah, see, so that'll be magnetised. Okay. So will that. Ah. I do like this.
You sounded like Fred Dibner then for a minute. Aye.
Aye.
Do you like that?
Right.
Do you like that?
You like that? You like that?
The funniest thing ever is watching Fred Dibner do like a documentary program. He did a few things for the BBC, like history programs.
Yeah.
And he's not a natural presenter.
No. The history of steam, wasn't it, or something?
Yeah, and he's a natural on camera, just being himself.
Yeah.
But being an actual presenter, it's hilarious.
I loved watching him ladder up chimneys and all of that lot. You know.
Can you imagine him doing like a wildlife program?
Oh, could you
Now,
imagine?
here we are at the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean. Right.
Yeah.
It's fascinating place. Very wet, very dark.
Yeah. Right, you've got these two lions over there. They're having a right old session. Yeah.
Yeah, he was not what you would call a presenter.
No, you could imagine the facepalm that David Attenborough would do, couldn't you? Really?
Yeah.
Well, I know they said they wanted to save money, but this guy?
I mean, the funny thing was, he was the perfect person to do like documentaries about steam, the history of steam, and history of the Industrial Revolution.
Absolutely.
But at the same time, pieces to camera, not that hot.
Yeah, he had his limitations, bless him.
Yeah, it was still eminently fun to watch, but it was like, uncomfortability.
He was good. They liked a bit of Fred Dibner.
Oh yeah. Do you like that?
Yeah, you like that. Yeah, Fred Dibner. Our American friends will be going, who?
Yeah. Who? What? You can't even explain Fred Dibner. Fred Dibner cannot be explained. You must experience him from yourself.
Fred Dibner is the British version of Norm Abram, but with attitude.
Who's Norm Abram?
He was the woodworking guy on American TV on Discovery.
So you missed a chance there. You should have said he's the American version of Fred Dibner.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention, was I?
No.
I'm useless.
But then again, it's hard to explain like Bolton to an American. Bolton and Bury. Because he was proper Bolton Bury.
Yeah.
I don't know if he was from Bolton or Bury, but to me he's like proper Bolton Bury type Yorkshireman. Even though Bolton and Bury aren't in, you know what I mean.
Yeah. He was a traditional northerner. When you think of a northerner, you think of Fred Dibner, don't you?
Yeah. I actually remember I knew the fairground was in town once a few years ago. I knew that every few years there's like a fair comes to town. And I knew they were in town because I was walking down the street and this guy came towards me wearing flat cap, blue boiler suit, on top of a vintage sort of tweedy pattern jacket, with a collarless shirt, 1980s square frame glasses, and he looked, and boiler suit with the big dirty boots.
Yeah.
And I was like, that can't be Fred Dibner. He's been dead for 10 years.
Yeah, it can't be him.
And I swear this guy looked exactly like Fred Dibner.
Yeah.
But he wasn't doing a cosplay. It was just because he was the guy that ran he was like probably one of the guys that ran one of the steam traction engines that came with the fair. He just looked, that's the uniform.
Yeah, that's it. That's what they are.
Yeah. Fred Dibner, the only person that could legally wear a boiler suit in 1990s Britain.
Yeah, and not be taken for some kind of chud.
Yeah. Well, being a fat man from Bolton and Bury in Yorkshire, man type, little middle-aged little fat bloke, you kind of expect it.
Right, so that's...
He's the kind of man that has like a a half-inch long cigarette stub permanently in his mouth that never seems to get shorter.
And it's the fact that it always had 2/3 of the ash at a bizarre angle. And it's like, how is that ash managing to stay on that cigarette?
And it was lit, but it never got smaller.
No.
It's like, if that's the other thing. He'd be sitting there working on his traction engine or something, or some like bit of mechanical stuff with a fag hanging out of his mouth. And yet, I can't even sit in a chair. Well, when I used to smoke, I couldn't sit in a chair and keep a cigarette in my mouth because I'd just go blind with the smoke.
Everlasting cigarette with him, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's like a proper 1950s engineer everlasting cigarette in his mouth. And he's there like drinking his tea and fixing an engine and doing other things, and yet he's still got this fag in his mouth. And I've just destroyed your monetization, haven't I, by saying fag 3 times now?
That's all right.
Ah, well.
That's all right. Oh, no, mind. Yeah, it's funny how YouTube picked up on certain words, isn't it?
Yeah, well, that's American, aren't they? I'll tell you what amused me greatly about playing Cyberpunk the last few days.
Oh, right, yeah.
They made a big thing about this game being like about not censoring the game, because it's about like, a lot of the themes in the game are like anti-corporate type things.
Yeah.
And it's censorship's like, it's a big part of the game, freedom to do what you want with your body and all this kind of stuff. It's all about things like that. And they said, we'll have no like, there'll be no nudity, there'll be no censorship in the game, When you design your character, you can design everything. And when I got loaded up the game, I'm designing my character, and it includes like the Rudy bits.
Oh, right, yeah.
Like, it's not just like where you get to do the face and then your character stood there in his underwear like in Skyrim. There's like, whether you do a man or a woman, there's the person stood there stark bollock naked on the screen, and you're designing all the bits.
Yeah, they've got all the accoutrements.
Well, let's just say there was a slider for the male parts.
Okay.
And it was the most redundant slider ever, because it says, do you want large or small? It's like, well, it's not really a question, is it?
Yeah.
But the thing that frustrated was, you go through all that, you can design your character completely, but then you never see it in game.
No.
There's no situation. And the funny thing was, there's censorship throughout the game. Like, you see the situations where you see naked female bodies, but you don't see naked men. Men always wearing underwear. And I was reading about this because I was like, this is a bit weird that they promoted this game at the time as like being like really open and this kind of.
Yeah.
It's like, actually, it's not, because there's one bit where you walk into this. I won't give away any spoilers, but you walk into this room because you're trying to find this woman who's gone missing. And it's all about like cybernetic implants and stuff like that. It's all about high technology.
Yeah.
It's all about people with loads of like, modifications. It's all body modification, stuff like that. It's all corporate greed and this kind of stuff. And this woman's gone missing, and you go and find her, and she's been kidnapped by these people that what they do is they pick people off the streets and they just take out all their mods, all their modifications. And it could be like, like you'll put implants into your eyes to get better vision, or into your ears, or you'll replace your arms and legs with more powerful cybernetic arms and legs, just to improve things. And what these people do is they pick people off the street and they just rip out all their mods and just leave them for dead and sell all the mods. They don't care about the person. They just pick them off the street, rip all the stuff out of them carelessly, and throw the people in the trash. So you walk into this room, and there's like an operating table, and there's a woman on the table, and she's fully clothed, but what they've basically done is they've just laid her down and ripped all her implants out.
Oh, right, yeah.
So like half her face is missing. She's got no bottom jaw because they've just ripped it out, the implants. She's got like a big hole in her chest where they've just cut her open and taken all the implants. They're not doing it surgically, they just rip it. This is like an apartment building. They're really nasty people. They just rip this stuff out and leave the person to die. And then you go into the bathroom to find the woman that you've been looking for. So keeping in mind, these people just get people and they don't even undress them, they just rip all the stuff out of them. And yet in the bath, you find this woman that you've been looking for in a bath of ice. And there's her and there's a bloke.
Right.
She's completely naked and all her implants have been removed, but all implants removed nicely. She's completely naked, but the guy's in his underwear.
Oh.
And it's like, so these people are so vicious, they'll get you on the table and rip all your implants out, but if it's a bloke, they'll redress him in his underwear.
Yeah.
That sounds a bit,
Yeah, that's a bit...
So it's like, yeah, they made all this big thing about having like it's a proper adult game, and then they kind of the whole it's really weird because the whole setting is very sexualized because it's all about body choices and freedom and cybernetics and stuff. It's really weird, but then it's also quite sensitive. It's really strange.
It's a bit strange, isn't it?
Because I was playing the game and I thought, right, I'm gonna have to do it. I'm gonna have to walk around the city streets stark naked just for fun and see if the NPCs react. Because have they scripted the NPCs to react to the fact you're wearing no clothes? So I took all my character's clothes off, and of course I looked down and he's still there with underwear on. It's like, oh, well, that's just rubbish.
Yeah, that's a bit strange, that though, isn't it? Why do
So the only place you see any nudity on your character is in the menu, and that's it. There's nowhere in game. A missed opportunity.
Yeah, it's my sign of the times, I suppose, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very weird.
Yeah, like you say, it's very one-sided, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's more just it undermines the believability of the characters in the game, especially like I said with these people who are so vicious they'll rip all your implants out and throw you to the curb, but they'll also put you in a bath and put your underwear back on you. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Bearing in mind, you walk in and you've got this bath with the woman that you've been looking for and this guy in his underwear. And what you have to do in the game is take her out of the bath. She's completely naked. You take her out of the bath in your arms, so your first-person view of her chest and all the parts is right there in front of you. Put her on the floor, try and resuscitate her, take her outside, and the ambulance comes, all of which is completely naked. But the bloke's got his underwear on.
Yeah, that's really plausible, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really stupid. It's like saying, I don't know, it's just really weird. It takes the edge off some of the viciousness of the characters in the game, because some of them are supposed to be really twisted dudes.
Well, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you want some believability, don't you?
Yeah, it's like the old joke, isn't it? You know, you go to a club, you wake up and find yourself in a bath full of ice with all your kidneys removed, but they've put your clothes back on you. I don't think they'd be worried about that. They'd just take your kidneys and go.
Yeah, exactly. They'd be gone, wouldn't they?
Yeah. Anyway, let's move on. It's a good game. I am enjoying it.
Apart from some of its odd quirks.
Yeah, it just undermines its own setting, basically, which is a shame. Which is probably a bit of literature class kind of nonsense, but I do think it undermines its own premise a little bit. Lynn says, thank you, my friends. I do have a phone interview on Wednesday for a hospital in Texas. Woo.
Oh, good for you, Lynn.
Yep. Edward Leonard confirms that Agrax Earthshade is terrible. People are wishing and luck. Yeah, good luck for that, Lynn. Big fingers crossed. Does that mean you have to move to Texas?
Well, yeah, I mean, that's
Yeah, it's not, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, good luck, fingers crossed.
She's
Paul
originally
DiTamaro.
from Texas, wasn't she, Lynn?
I don't know. I know she's in New Mexico now.
Yeah. Sure she's Texan. I could be wrong.
I could be wrong. I could be. No, I can't sing that. It's copyright. Shut up. Paul DiTamaro says, so, turns out I have a couple of Warhammer kits primed and ready for paint. I'm
Legend.
a little weary about painting them since I haven't done a lot of hand painting.
Nothing wrong with that. Learn by
I'm
doing.
going to sneeze. I'm going to sneeze in a minute. Just try them. If they come out badly, just strip it off in some Dettol or the American equivalent.
Absolutely.
Simple green or something like the Purple Power, and do them again.
Absolutely.
If it's like a vehicle or something, then maybe just if it's got a separate figure, if you've got a separate standalone figure, just try it on one of those first, because they're easy to strip once you've painted them. So, Retro Rabbit Studios, Colin's review of a Hasegawa Porsche 917K. Not enough oaks.
Exactly. Not enough orcs on it. Needs orkage.
Edward Leonard says to Lynn, after a year my wife finally got a job at the US Postal Service, but it's been sort of part-time since the holidays, which sucks.
No, bless.
He also says to Paul, don't worry about it, just paint them.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
You only learn by doing, mate.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying, if you've got like a standalone individual figure, try that first, because it's fun to paint, but again, it's easier to strip down. If you've got a vehicle with lots of insides and outsides, that's a bit more tricky to strip and repaint. So.
That's all I'm going to do when I first start painting the orc fellas, is I'm going to have one that's going to be the sacrificial mule.
Test. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get one of the old orc boys.
Yeah.
And easily be sacrificial test mule.
Absolutely.
If you've got one that's got like a shooter and a slasher,
Yeah.
or stabber, then you can practice your blades and your guns and everything.
Exactly. Yeah, Lynn, she wants to move back home to Texas. Yeah, good job. Thought you was Texan.
Yeah. Retro Rabbit says James May could do a documentary on the history of toast, and I'd love it. Absolutely. Edward Leonard says Fred is the steeplejack dude. Absolutely correct.
Yeah.
Paul says, not sure if I have all the different colours to paint them. I can't really afford to buy a lot of paints. Just use what you've got. Paint them whatever colours you want. Use whatever colours you've got. Mix and match. You can mix colours together. Just see what you can do with the colours that you have. See how creative you can get. Because sometimes the most creative thing can come from having limited resources. I mean, if you think about this is only 3 colours. This is 1 colour of green.
Yeah.
Another colour of green for the highlights, and a brown. I've only used 3 colours on that so far. So, and the black prime, okay, we'll count that as well.
Yeah, it's come up well though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's coming along nicely. Bidib. Paul Di Tommaso says, stupid dog is growling and barking at her reflection on the TV screen. You'll give it a try eventually. Pants of Cat says, so Fox, when Khajiita's in town, the pants don't come down. Yeah, it would seem so. La, 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 la. It's a productive day for me if pants go on, says Rabbit.
Lynn.
I sure do miss Skyrim Saturday,
Yeah.
says Lynn. I will get back to doing them at some point, Lynn. When I can get a more solid schedule.
That's the thing at the moment. You can't set a routine, can you?
No. And unfortunately, doing the game streaming takes a bit of setting up, whereas doing a dead bench stream is like I can get it going in 10 minutes. Doing a video game stream, you've got to fart around with stuff, and yeah, it takes a lot more setup. Right, I need to go for an enormous, great big wee. So give me 2 moments. I shall be back in a moment, dear boy.
Yeah, no worries, mate. I was just having a quick bit of noms.
You carry on. I'm just going to go for a great big wee.
Yeah, no worries, mate. I'm just looking at chat, see if anything else is going on. Yeah, I missed the Skyrim Saturdays, Lynn, I must admit. Fox's inane madness trundling around the Skyrim scenery. Took me a while to realise that it was him doing all the bloody voices and all. Edward Leonard says, I'm not even stoned, and I don't know what Fox is talking about. Believe you, mate, even if I was stoned, I still wouldn't know what he's on about. I've not, like I say, I've not had the McDonald's donuts. I've seen them advertised, but it's like, yeah, didn't quite do it for me. Panzer saying, right, folks, time for me to head back. Everyone take care and catch some of you in the weekend streams. Yeah, mate, you stay safe up there as well, Panzer, mate. Yeah, and hopefully things aren't too bad up there, mate. Bless you. Same for everyone in chat, you know, that are in the UK and our European friends that are now getting hit by Eunice. Hope you're all staying safe and well out there, because, you know, when I sauntered out with the wife earlier to have a look round, it's like a war zone in our neighbourhood. The amount of damage to property and that, it's quite scary. So, yeah, a lot of people have come unstuck. Jeff saying, take care to Panzer. Big hugs. Absolutely. Always got to have hugs for Panzer. Part of the family is our Panzer.
I am returned.
You are returned. Are you suitably debladdered?
I am relieved and hand-washed.
Good man.
And returned to the fold.
Absolutely.
I might have finished this now, actually, I think. Yeah, I think we're done.
So is that build going according to plan for you? You know, is it?
It seems to be so far. Yeah. No, it seems to be working out.
Good.
I do need to paint the herpaderpers, the thingamajigs. One thing I couldn't figure out on this was where to do my allied stripes. You know, the red and white stripes.
Yeah.
On the Bane blade, you've got like a triangle a bit at the front. You just do it on there. On here, you've got these 2 panels, and I don't want to not paint though. I don't want to paint over them because I like the chipping on them.
Okay.
It came out
Can
right
I just
nice.
can I just put your full screen so I can see closely?
Yeah.
Right.
On the Bane blade, you had.
See where your hand is holding it at the very front, where your paintbrush is. See that raised line that seems to go round there. Why don't you use that shape and paint it in there?
I thought about that.
But leave the. Is that a winch?
Yeah, it's like I don't know. It's like a
Leave
shock
that-
absorber thing.
Yeah, leave that shock absorber as is, but almost have your invasion stripes or your allied stripes really faded in that little shape, you know. I don't know where. From here, it looks an interesting shape, and it's not as invasive as
it's like
using
that.
one of them
It's like
panels. Yeah.
that shape.
Yeah.
I thought about that. I did wonder about that because my choice is basically I thought about that. Or which is something else you sometimes see on real tanks. Instead of that, just putting them on here.
Having something on the side of the mantle. Yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes you see them on turrets. They have a smaller one on the side here, and I can fit one on there quite nicely.
Go with what you prefer, mate.
I don't know. Oh, I don't know.
I would say, what does the chat think? But yeah.
Because I think if I do it there, it's cluttered up with this winchy thing here.
Yeah. And you've done
it's
that
gonna
on the
get-
Bane blade as well, haven't you, in the past?
Well, I'd love to do it there, but I think if it had, I don't want to waste that there because that looks really nice with the chipping. I'm tempted to do it on there because it's a flat surface. It's not doing anything else.
Go with it on the side of the turret, mate. If that's what's giving you the twitch, do it that way, mate.
Yeah, I'm thinking that.
Yeah, go with that.
And then, of course, I need to paint all the little pink Hello Kitties all over it, of course, as well. I've got to do the tracks yet as well, actually. That's a point.
You're going for that fandangle technique on them, aren't you?
Yeah, I need to get them a bit lighter grey because they're still a bit too dark at the moment.
Sorry about my loud nomming, mate. I've just got to have something to eat.
Oh, don't bother me. It's just making me really hungry. I was trying to think what I could when we finish tonight, because I'll be up till about 5 or 6 anyway. What I might do is get something to eat.
I've got burgers, chips, and beans next door.
Well, I'm trying to think what I could have that I could eat that wouldn't require any cooking at all. That isn't just a ton and a half of Boral newts, because that'll just make my kidney fail. Chat, paint Hello Kitty, says Candygram. OMG. 1+1 for Hello Kitty livery. I can't actually paint Hello Kitty. I've got to sell this to someone. I can't actually make it out to be a Hello Kitty one, unfortunately. I will do one. I have done. For those that might not know.
I did the Hello Kitty Toon Tank, didn't I? Remodels Christmas build.
Yeah. I've done a Hello Kitty Lehman Russ for George.
There you go.
If you haven't seen it before, it's a genuine Hello Kitty Lehman Russ with a Hello Kitty on the side, and it's pink. I'll be sending that to George at some point, and it's got the Shanghai Dragons livery on the dude. I actually forgot I'd done that. I just remembered
He'll
it now
love
when I was
that.
talking about it. Yeah, and it's actually got his name. It's got GEO on the back as well. You see, 'cause it's for George. Because that was when he was in a bad place, and we were going to do some stuff to cheer him
Oh,
up.
yeah, that's right.
Yep. And that's what I did to cheer him up. I did a Lehman Russ for him.
That's the good thing about the community, mate, when someone is struggling.
Yep. And I have to say it, I do have in my decal stash an enormous sheet of Hello Kitty decals, and I've got to do something with them.
Absolutely.
And when it eventually goes to E-models, the Millennium Falcon, I don't know where they'll put the kit. I don't know where they'll put it, but if ever you go to the E-model store and my Falcon is there, take a lot of careful looks because there is on that Falcon a Hello Kitty decal hidden away in a special place. Well, it's not special; it's in a place. There is a Hello Kitty decal hidden away on that Falcon.
Yeah, we do like to put eggs on our builds, don't we, us lot?
Yeah, gotta have your Easter eggs.
Absolutely. Rude not to.
I hear the familiar tongue of a Detolf shelf door, says Rabbit. Absolutely. Oh, Candygram says he typed that before Fox said hello, Kitty. Oh, cool. Lynn wants donuts. Don't.
Yeah, you got to have donuts, Lynn.
Ninja asked me if it was more than one shake. I'm 50 now. I have to stand there for 10 minutes waiting for any residual.
Yeah, we're men of a certain age.
You get to my age, our age, you can't just go, we finish, walk off and wash your hands. You have to go, we wait.
Yeah. Wait the appropriate amount of time and then wait again.
Yeah.
It's when I find what happens to me, I get all the way back downstairs, sit down, I think, I want to go again now.
Yeah.
But really?
Or the worst bit, you go for a wee in the middle of the night, you go for a wee, I'll stand and wait for a bit. Nothing else? We all done?
Yeah.
Give it an extra 30 seconds. All done. Get back in bed. Oh,
Yeah.
damn it.
Yeah. Just as you get that warm bit of the duvet back, it's like, oh, really? Got to go again.
I know.
So glad it's not just me that happens to.
I've got this duvet at the minute. Mama Fox bought a couple of these like duvets that you don't need to put a duvet cover on.
Oh, right, yeah.
Which is really good apart from when it needs washing. I've not got a duvet.
Yeah.
It's really good and it gets you nice and toasty warm very quickly. But the problem is, as soon as you get out of bed, if you leave the bed for like 3 seconds, it instantly loses all the heat.
Oh, really?
You know, like you go for a wee, you get back in bed and it's all still toasty. No, this one is cold. Wow. Harsh, man. I think what I shall do is I shall not do the painting bit of the stripes because I need to be awake and paying attention.
Yeah.
I can do some decalage though.
Oh, there you go.
I could do some decalations.
Yeah, you can't beat a bit of decalage, mate.
It is work of a minimal requirement of intelligence and attentions.
Yeah, this is where he now goes, yeah, kind of wish I hadn't have said that, Cole.
I always wish I hadn't have said that, Cole. I wish that all the time. Right, let me find my Krieg decals.
Yeah, that's all got to be primed.
Do. Now, of course, I do have official Games Workshop Krieg decals now because I got the Krieg dudes that have vehicle decals in the actual set. Which
Oh,
is really
mate, scan them, and then I'll print your loads.
well, I've also got 2 sheets of them that I got made by Fallout Hobbies.
Oh, right, you got some, yeah.
Yeah, these aren't official ones. I found a file online where some guy had redesigned, basically just created a design. He'd basically reproduced the original decals, but he's redrawn them. But they're good enough quality that you can get away with it. So I've downloaded it and stuck it and rescaled it and resized it, sent it off to Fallout Hobbies, and they printed millions of them out.
That's the thing, I save all my decals, but I've hardly used any Warhammer decals. I really should.
You get millions of them though, don't you? That's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of gas. Or something. Right, so I need to move that over there out of the way for a moment. You go over there, young lady. And to move this, let's decide what decals we want first, shall we? So we shall want, of course, I want a couple of little decals that say Krieg to go on the fuel barrels. How many do I want? I want I want a couple of Aquilae. I want 2 Aquilae for that, and that needs to be a certain size. So I think... Ooh, this paper smells weird. Kind of smells a bit like wet dog and cigarettes. It's really strange.
Oh, really?
It's kind of pleasant and disturbing at the same time. It's hard to explain, really.
It's now 5 years since I gave up the smokes.
I don't know how long it's been. It might be 4 years, maybe.
Yeah.
I think you gave up before me, didn't you? I think.
Yeah.
I can't actually remember.
Yeah, I gave up when I had my lower spine fusion done. Because they said it would help with the grafts, taking the bone grafts that were put in.
Yep.
So I was like, yeah, they all say that, but I thought I'll give it a go. And yeah, smoked since, mate. It's one of them. Every now and then I get a craving for a smoke.
I get that a little bit every now and then.
It soon goes, you know, but
yeah, it doesn't last long.
It's
I still-
funny,
I still-
the thing I miss the most at Christmas is a brandy and a cigar on Christmas Day. It's the one thing I miss.
Yeah. I mean, it's. I will admit that if I'm walking down the road and there's like somebody stood there like a builder or something outside a house having a cigarette, and I walk through the cloud, it's like,
Yeah.
that's quite nice. But that's quite a nice smell. That's like, ooh, yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
But if I stand next to someone who's had a cigarette or who smokes, I don't like that smell now.
Oh, yeah, it stinks to high hell, doesn't it?
Yeah, like somebody comes in after having a cigarette, you're like, oh, it's a horrible smell.
Yeah. Stale, isn't it?
Yep.
You know, and it's
Right.
like, yeah. Yeah.
Now, you see, on this tank, here we go. We have a choice.
Oh.
Here we go. Here is the choice, chat. You need to write these down and make a decision. This isn't going to work, is it? Because no. Oh yes, it is. Okay, right. On the side here, do you want it to say "In Death Redemption" or "Pray for Death"? Because the whole thing of Krieg is the entire reason to exist is to die for the Emperor. So, do we want it to say "Pray for Death" or "In Death Redemption"? Which should I use? Pray for Death.
I kind of like redemption. But
In Death Redemption.
I don't know, it's got a twist to it, isn't it?
In Death Redemption. Because that's the weird thing about... I don't know if you know the lore of Krieg, but it's so cool.
No, I don't.
Basically, there was a... Krieg was one of the...
Go on.
I was going to say, Krieg was one of the worlds of the Empire, of the Imperium of Man. And they were very corrupt. And they basically had a big civil war where half of them wanted to leave the Imperium and just be independent because they thought the Imperium was rubbish.
Yeah.
And the other half wanted to stay.
Yeah.
And they basically had a big nuclear war on their own planet, fighting each other, civil war, and just destroyed their entire planet completely.
Oh, right, yeah.
So everybody that survived lived underground because the surface was just irradiated to hell. And this lasted for 500 years. And in the end, the loyal to the Empire side won.
Yeah.
But it was 500 years of war of attrition. And because they lived on this irradiated planet, of course, they ended up with the gas masks and all this kind of stuff. Anyway, so they spent 500 years destroying themselves.
Yeah.
The loyalists to the Empire won. And they wanted to go back to the Empire because the Empire had actually forgotten about them. And by this point, they'd be like, "Oh yeah, we forgot all about you guys." And they wanted to go back, and they said, "We want to come back to the Empire, but we'll do penance."
Yeah.
And they said, "Okay, we'll send us a small troop of dudes, and if they work out, we'll maybe let you back in." So they sent like a massive battalion of dudes. But because they were so ashamed of what they did by betraying the Empire and leaving them 500 years before, the entire point of Krieg now is they only exist to throw themselves into combat and die for the Emperor to get penance for what they did.
Oh, right, yeah.
Because this is 40k, it's grimdark, nothing simple.
Yeah, I do like the look of the dudes. They've got that sinister look about them, haven't they?
But it's just so cool. If you talk to a Kriegsman, his entire purpose in life is to die.
Yeah.
Purely in service of the Emperor. So they always choose the hardest assignments and the hardest missions and the hardest war zones.
Yeah, I'm tempted to get a set, just build some. But I know what'll happen. It'll be another faction then, won't it? And it'll be like...
Well, yeah, but the thing is, you've only got that one set and then it's Forge World after that, so you're not going to fall down that hole.
Yeah.
Right, what did chat say anyway?
Would I fall down the Forge World hole?
Yeah. Let's have a look. Congratulations on 5 years, says Colin, says Lynn.
Yeah, Lynn. Didn't think I would do it, to be honest with you, love.
Yeah. She didn't congratulate me for 4 years, but hey.
Oh, could someone congratulate... I'll congratulate you, Fox. Congratulations on
Thanks,
4
buddy.
years, buddy.
Well done on your 5 years.
Thank you, Alfine.
Cigars you don't inhale like you do with cigarettes.
Yeah,
True.
exactly.
Well, you still do a bit, but not as much.
See, I used to smoke the occasional bowl on the pipe as well. I had 3 or 4 different pipes in a rack.
Oh yeah,
You know,
never had a
but-
pipe. I always wanted to try a pipe. I never had one.
Yeah, and it was all right because it's one of those, you know, you do it. You couldn't do it in the workplace because, yeah, you know.
Yeah.
But sitting there with a nice bowl of pipe tobacco used to be quite nice.
Yeah.
Not often, but if I was sat out in the garden, you know, just reading
there's-
or whatever, out would come the pipe bowl.
There's just something about sitting down in a nice leather wing-back chair in a 1950s three-button Italian-style suit
Yeah,
with very high-waist trousers
yeah,
and curly-whirly high-tower hair with a pipe and saying, "I say, this is most delightful. Welcome
Yeah.
to 1954.
exactly.
Let's return to the gold standard."
Again, I know full well if I put a bowl of pipe tobacco in a pipe, I know full well I'd want a fag after. I know I would.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, what's the point?
Right, Paul Di Tommaso says, "Pray for death." Candygram says, "In Death Redemption, flows nicely and sounds badass."
It does.
Lynn Dipple says Redemption, so that's 2 for Redemption, 1 for Pray for Death. Hello Kitty, rubbish, and the nuclear war. It's not the Waltons go to war, is it? Says Edward Leonard.
See what he did there, yeah.
Edward Leonard says, "Missed some, let Lulu out." Dee, 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 dee. I think that means it's In Death Redemption then. Cool. In Death.
What one did you prefer? Because obviously, you may have had a preference.
I personally prefer In Death Redemption
Yeah.
because that sounds. Pray for Death sounds a bit like secondary school kid drawing a picture of some kind of heavy metal band and just
Yeah.
writing "Pray for Death" on it.
Yeah, whereas the redemption just seems to...
Yeah, that's a big word. It makes it sounds
Yeah.
more intelligent. In Death Redemption.
Death, there is redemption. Oh, chap.
So it's quite fascinating, the Krieg storyline. The idea that their entire reason to live is to die.
I mean, the whole genre, the whole concept is quite interesting. I mean, I've started looking through the art book and the artwork and the way it's all worded and written. You just think, yeah,
I just love the fact that there are no good guys at all
yeah,
in 40. Even the closest you'll get to any kind of reasonable species
yeah,
is the Tau.
yeah,
And even the Tau are kind of messed up in their own way, because their idea is we just want the greater good. We want everybody just to have the best possible life, and there's other they let other species join them and stuff like that, but they don't get away with being clean and nice. There's a lot of dark stuff with the Tau as well. So there's just the fact there's no good guys at all. There's no good guys and bad guys. They're all bad guys. It's kind of fascinating.
certainly is.
Right.
My eldest
right, Colin.
lad, whenever he walks past me, he seems to have developed a cock. 'Cause it's like, amen table. Yeah.
I can't imagine how that would develop. Right. I've got a job for you, Colin.
Yeah, go on then.
Put myself full screen. Right. Pick up one of them big numbers.
13.
13. Okay, mate. 13. 13, you say, and then we shall have 13. I don't know whether these are battalions or, I don't know, brigades. I don't know what the numbers mean. I'm just making it up. I don't care as long as somebody pays me money for it.
Fun making it up.
As long as somebody pays me for it, I don't care. Right, now.
It'll sell. Don't worry yourself, mate. You know it'll
Right.
sell.
Oh, I know it'll sell. Don't worry about that. Here's the next one. I want you to choose between. I don't. You can't really see them. Arse. I say. Multiple arse. I don't want to change my settings.
I can go full screen within the window by clicking the.
No. It's the contrast. You can't see the white decal on the almost white background. Let me just see if I can.
There's something there, but
No, I don't matter. I can't see. I'll tell you what. Then I'll Okay. Do I go for Tell you what, I know what I can do. I know what I can do. Hang on. Things are afoot. Ah.
Oh dear.
I don't know what the noise means. I have no idea what the noise means. Right.
Photographularity is coming my way, is it?
Yes. Do we go for... Now, I don't know if this will work. Okay. Do we go for straight numbers, like stencil and military stencil numbers, or slightly funky, gothic-y typey
Go for
numbers?
slightly funky.
Slightly funky, gothic typey numbers.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah, slightly funky to me as the Fox factor.
Okay, and do you want 200 or 300?
Ooh. 300.
300, and choose a number between 381 and 385.
383.
383. Good choice. There you go. That was jolly good fun, that was. See?
There you go.
Trust your Uncle Fox for good
And my
times.
missus would be going, my God, he's got him to make a decision without fighting him. How has he done this?
I know, because it's a decision with literally no consequences for you. So
Absolutely.
now, choose a number between... Well, choose either 8 or 3.
8.
8, and choose between 1, 2, between 1... I need to just... Hang on.
Oh, look.
Right. I need to clear out my system so I can get my brain working.
Absolutely.
Choose a number between 1... Did you say... Hang on. Did you say 8? Or I forgot what the question was.
8 was for the last one.
Okay. And choose a number between 1 and 5.
4.
4, you say? So you said 8 and 4, didn't you?
Yeah.
Excellent. You're choosing the decals for this tank, you see.
I know. I'm quite honoured.
You are legend.
Yeah.
You
You know what'll happen now if it don't sell? We'll be going, it's your fault. You chose the bloody decals you get.
Your fault, you big Burke.
Yeah, what are you going to choose them numbers for, you pilch?
I don't know what these numbers mean. What else we got? Where can I put those? I can put one of them's on somewhere. Choose a number between 1 and 10.
1 and 10, 7.
Funnily enough, that's the number most people choose when you choose between 1 and 10. So if ever you get a magician that says, pick a number between 1 and 10, and you say 7, he says, look, I told you, I knew it, and you've written down the number 7. It's not magic. It's not magic, it's because that's the number most people choose.
Candygram from Ongo says 383, classic Chevy engine size. Exactly.
Ooh. What do you say? 7.
7.
Okay, now where am I going to actually put that decal? That's one I'm not sure of. That goes.
Oh, decisions, Fox.
This is the hard bit for me now, you see. That can go, one of those can go there. Bibbidi bob. No, one of them can go. I don't want to cut decals off that I'm not going to use, but I'll take a big one and a little one. A little one, there you go, little one. Everybody likes a little one. Little tiny one now, thank you much, please.
Like and subscribe.
The only downside with these decals is that they are not pre-cut.
Oh,
So
right,
So you have to do a lot of really careful trimulations.
Yeah, slicage.
Which is fine. You just have to make sure they are really, really nice and the film's not too thick. So, but you've got to do your best to cut right to the ink to keep them nice and neat. I shall have a little skull because we always need skulls.
Oh, yeah, you can't have too many skulls, mate.
Yeah. We shall have one of them in a place. Always a good start. One there and one there, I think. I'm tempted just to cut the biggest of each of these decals out. I hope I can fit them somewhere, but that's not how this works.
Yeah.
That can go there, I think. Cut two of those out.
I think we can utilise them. On him.
Now, of course, I am going to have to go back when I put these on and do chipping over the top of them, because I should have put these on before I did the chipping, really. But hey,
Yeah.
wouldn't be me if I planned it properly and did it logically and didn't screw
Oh,
up
mate,
somewhere.
you're not the only one. I've done it many a time, mate.
Yeah.
And you kick yourself, don't you? You're like, really?
Well, I kind of started doing the chipping and thought, I'll just do it.
It's very therapeutic, though, chipping.
Yeah. Chip, 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 chipping. Chipping all your cares away.
Oh, stand up for a sec.
Yep. Pleased to be upstanding.
Paul D. Tommaso says I'd like a big T-Rex skull for the workplace. Oh, that'd be cool.
There was a place that sold. Where's that cable gone? There was a place that sold large. It was wooden. It wasn't realistic, but it was a massive wooden sculpture of a T-Rex skeleton. It was like you build it together. It's like an educational thing. It was about
Yeah.
5 foot tall. If you watch the channel All Your Dinosaurs Are Wrong, when they first started out, they were working with some company that did education stuff that used to make them, but they don't exist anymore. So,
Well,
never mind. Never mind. Can't go back. Can't go back. Right. Let's trim some decals, shall we? What are you doing, Duda?
I am stood up.
Oh, you're standing, aren't you? That's true. You
Yeah.
did say that.
Yeah.
You did say that with words, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I stood up.
Using your face mouth of talking.
Absolutely. I have to stand up because I get elephant feet otherwise.
There. Well, we can call it a night if you want, dude. If you need to go and chill out for a bit.
I'm all right, mate. Honestly, I'm checking me feet as I'm stood up, mate.
Okay.
No, I'm fine. It's just obviously I have to stand up a little bit because
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'll probably get these decals trimmed out and then call it a shower. I don't think I'll put them on tonight.
that's up to you, mate. I'm not in a bad
Well,
way. You know me better than that.
I'm getting a little bit peckish, to be perfectly honest. I've not
So-
eaten today, so
We'll come off at 1:30 if you want them.
yeah, I need to get some food in me, I think,
Yeah.
and then have enough time to digest it before I go to bed.
Yeah, see, I'm up for the duration now, so
Yeah.
much to H's
trim.
annoyance. But then she's on a later start tonight because of obviously the storms.
Yeah. Need my
So
camera.
she's not going out until 5 a.m. So,
Bleh.
but yeah, I was a bit anxious about her driving last night.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Luckily, bless her, she was messaging me. You know, I'm just leaving. Yeah, I'm just getting there. Yeah, I'm now
Why'd
with
I get-
security. Yeah.
Why did I get the impression it was like one of them things where the police do their chase, but they have to narrate it as they go along?
Yeah, it's
It's like 50 down the A425, 5050, right, onto the A453, doing 6060.
well, I'm a born warrior at the end of the day. You know what it's like. You know.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
missus is out overnight. You know, in I'd say hurricane weather, but storm. You know, severe storm weather. I'm just. Especially because, like, Chobham and places, they're down right in the countryside, didn't they? You know,
Yeah.
and it's like... But she was brilliant, you know, she just messaged me, yeah, I'm here safe, da-da-da, yeah, no worries. Because she knew what I'd be like. I'd be sitting
Yeah.
there, picking at me
knows
nails
what-
and...
You know, she knows what you like. It's almost like you've been married for like 20 odd years. If I didn't know better.
we got married in 1989.
There you go. 30 odd years.
32 years, is that?
So I think
33 years?
I think it's safe to assume she knows you pretty well, then, isn't it? Really,
Yeah.
she knows exactly what you like.
And I
That's
must-
why you can't get away with anything. It's always your fault.
Absolutely, but 9 times out of 10, it's because it is. You know.
I suppose, in a way, being married to someone who's actually about 6 years old is a lot easier than being married to an adult.
Oh, absolutely.
Although it can be, in some ways, a lot harder work because you're like 6 years old, at the end of the day, you're kind of easily pleased and placated at the same time.
Oh, yeah. I mean, she often says this to me, you know, you're not down the pub. You're not out on the lash every week causing mayhem.
Yeah.
You're building your models, you do your thing. She said, I can go to work. I ain't got to worry about, well, you know, any stupidity or shizzle that you may be getting into. She said, why would I complain?
Yeah, exactly.
She said, all right, you're 7.5 and you drive me nuts because you don't listen to me. She said, but that's totally different.
Yeah, that's a whole different thing.
That is
Yeah,
really...
the only thing she has to worry about is you're like just super gluing a flipping coffee cup to your face or something.
Oh, absolutely.
I think most other halves will be more than happy to just have them kind of worries to worry about.
Exactly. But no, you know, she does worry because obviously medically, but
What was that?
they shut in me drawer.
Oh no, I thought I thought it was like a bang from outside or something.
No, that's my drawer shutting because don't forget this is an old kitchen.
Oh, I thought I heard like a outside.
Yeah,
like
no,
something.
it's the drawer runners.
Ah, right. It sounded like echoey, like something just fallen off something somewhere.
Oh, bless you. No, it's the drawer runners.
Steam engine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. I'm really happy with progress tonight.
So what have you done? What have you done tonight then, Cole? Tell us take us through what you've done.
I built the last of my kill team, the commanders, and then I've joined. I've literally only just taken it all apart now, but I've finished off joining or building this lot because that's going to be based in lead belcher, and then I'm going to prime all me squeaks. Get them ready because on next week's Frolic and on this week's Warhammer Sunday,
Ooh.
I'm going to be painting this.
Damn.
Because I want to do some painting.
So do you have? Let's do a full screen so people can see what you're playing with here. Do you have any kind of plan of attack for the big thing? Like what you're going to do first, or
Lead belcher.
No, I mean, obviously after that. But I mean, like, you're going to start with the squig or the dudes or what you're going to, or you're just going to wing it and see what happens.
Well, I've got to get this based. Have a look at picking out some of the larger areas on that, and then probably do some of the dudes. To be honest with you, there's a little tiny dude poking out of here.
Oh yeah, in the little.
So
In the tiny wee hole.
there's skulls on the end of here, and that's what I want to pick your brains out. Skulls. Doing skulls and that because you've done a few of them.
Bones.
And then so that's going to have the lead belcher base and the triators. Start picking out a couple of bits on it.
Yeah.
Probably then look at one of the squigs.
Ooh.
Put down the base red. Depends on, you know what I'm like. If I get into this, I could end up sitting there for 3 hours just painting one pole or something. I don't know.
Oh god, yeah. What are you going to do with your lead belt? Are you going to leave it all as one coat of lead belcher, or do some different shades of metals, or just like some bronzes and some silvers?
Oh yeah, there's going to be different shades of metal. The lead belcher base is purely and simply because then I could chip away stuff. I might have some different coloured panels. I've got diamond plate there that may be silver or chromed. This could be armoured.
Yeah.
It could be brasses, coppers, all sorts. I really don't know which way to go with it. It's open forum.
Whichever way your imagination takes you.
Exactly, and it's one of those, getting it with a base on there, and then I go, right, you know, because I don't just want it all one shade, you know, there's different panels that are going to have different textures, different rusting, different chipping, and
well, it's all made from scrap from different things, isn't it? So it's not all going to be the same colour anyway.
Some of it's going to be slightly less rusty metal than others, you know, and so I kind of want to explore it and see where I go with it. So this could end up taking probably longer to paint this than it will the squigs.
Probably.
But yeah, I'll get the base colour down and have a think. I've got some box art that came with it as a rough idea that I can look at, but I kind of want to, even if there is any paint, I kind of want to age it so it looks a bit battered and a bit worn and a bit knackered.
You don't want it to be nice and clean.
No, when have you ever known me to do a clean paint job?
Exactly. Well, you've done motorbikes that are clean.
Yeah, but this is Warhammer, isn't it? It's all...
Yeah.
You know? I mean, it's a totally different concept than building that. You know,
what amuses me is anybody who does Tau stuff, because Tau are like this young race and they've all got like super futuristic weapons and stuff. Every time somebody paints Tau, it's always nice and clean, but if you look at some of the artwork, it's just as cruddy and dirty and chipped as everything else.
Absolutely. And like I say, with this, it's going to have probably a bit of battle damage. There's going to be ricochet bullets, and so I can faff around with it really and see where it goes.
Can I just say
yes,
that trying to trim around a white decal on an ever so slightly off-white light blue backing paper,
sorry mate,
is just...
I was still on full screen there.
That's right. You don't need to. There's nothing to see, but can I just say that trying to trim round a white decal on ever so slightly light blue paper is absolute balls.
Yeah.
Because I have to get my head in the right place to actually see the decal around the shininess of the... It's absolute nonsense.
If they weren't so damned expensive, I'd suggest a Cree cut. But...
yeah, it's just a nightmare because you can't quite see. It's just seeing where the decal is in the paper, because the paper's it's a very, very light blue. So if you get the light just wrong, all you get is the shininess of the paper and you can't see where the decal finishes.
Yeah, that's no good then, is it?
It's the one downside of light blue backing paper on decals where you've got to trim them. Yes, it is a bit of a downside.
What have we got there for the artwork? See the artwork there, it's quite a boring paint job on there.
Oh, put your full screen up.
That's quite a boring paint job, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know,
that's the thing. A lot of the box art doesn't show the sort of filth and dirt like the Forge World
and
stuff shows dirt and filth.
With all the different metals and that you could achieve. I mean, that picture there's not so bad because that gives you some ideas, but I don't like the white. I don't think it works for me.
Yeah.
This looks a bit cartoony, so yeah.
I mean, I quite like the paint job on it, but as a paint job by itself, I don't like it as an orc paint job because it's too clean.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like they in that Warhammer stuff. It's a bit of a wash, or pin wash, and some slight chipping effects counts as. No, that's nowhere near enough. Yeah, no, that's why it's fun when you look at the stuff on Forge World. It's so weathered and beaten.
Yeah. So it's kind of going to take me a lot longer to paint it than they did, I think.
Well, that's just the Games Workshop style for them, isn't it? Everything's clean.
Yeah, I mean, it works for them. It sells the product at the end of the day.
Beautifully painted. It's just not dirty.
I'd like to be able to do that type of blending on me squig, I must admit. I do like the colour fades.
Oh, yeah. Although you have to remember when they do the box art painting, the heavy metal team, they don't stick to the traditional Games Workshop way of doing it. They use airbrushes and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, that's not...
They just don't tell you that. Because they don't sell airbrushes.
Yeah, it is nice. So, yeah, that's what I plan on doing, and I think it's going to be a good few weeks. It's going to be quite a long paint job, this, because I'm going to...
Months!
Navigate me way through that entire build set that's in there. So
Yep.
that's going to be the big squig, all of these squigs and all. So the whole lot that's in that box is going to be getting painted, even Lynn's favourite one.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of where I'm going to be going on these streams for the next few months, folks, if that works.
I've just had a vision in my mind of like a spoof of the Stormtrooper on the back of a Dewclaw, but it's a Stormtrooper on the back of a squig.
That would work. That would so work.
You'd somehow have to make the Stormtrooper look a lot more terrified.
Absolutely.
Because he'd be like, "Oh, on the back of a squig! This is not
like-
good."
It's like that one. He's got proper Terminator leg. I love that.
Yeah, that's great.
You know, so yeah. So that's my plan of action, mate. You
Awesome.
heard it here first.
Yeah. Will you have forgotten it by next week?
Yeah.
Yeah. I often have plans of action and I forget them by the time I've gone down and made a brew.
Yeah, but the thing is we're going to be streaming Sunday, so
Yeah. I won't remember what you've just said, so don't count on me to remind you.
I'm leaving the metal framework out. This is going to stay on the bench, so this will remind me
Oh, yeah.
what I'm doing Sunday. That's the theory, anyway.
Yeah, you'll remember what you're doing, but just not
But
what
as
you
you can
decided.
see by my bench, I have that as a reminder. I've got that motorcycle as a reminder, that digger, Mad Max as a reminder. So I've got a lot of bench reminders at the moment.
See, if that was me, I'd be like, right, I remember what I'm working on. I've just got no idea what I was actually going to do.
Yeah, no, I like to have more than one build on the go. You probably noticed.
I would never have guessed that in a million years.
Because there's days when I can do detailing, there's days obviously when I can't because I shake and twitch and all of that. There's other days where I can do a bit of building. There's other days I can't even hold the cap of an extra thin bottle. So
Shake, rattle and roll.
yeah, so different bits, you know.
Yeah.
What works?
Right,
for
that's
me.
all my decals cut out.
Oh, you legend.
Well, I've just cut them out, just trimmed up.
Yeah,
It's not that impressive.
it's not the most easiest of jobs, is it?
No. Does it? You do end up with a hurty finger at the end of it if you've got lots of them to do.
Yeah.
It's the one downside of non-pre-cut decals.
See, that's
Have a
the
quick look
one
at-
downside of me doing that is how many times would I have done stabby?
Yeah. I managed to avoid Stabberty for the last few weeks because I've done nothing at the bench, which is probably not the best way to say that, but it's true.
Bless you.
I'll have a quick look at chat for you.
Yeah, we'll start wrapping up.
Minim. Lynn says, tell Mrs. H to be safe to you.
I shall do, Lynn. I'll pass that on, mate. You know me. I always tell her what you say, darling.
Edward Leonard says, my dog drug a big steer head out of the woods a long time ago, but my buddy put LED lights in its head and mounted it to the hood of his truck.
Yeah.
Lol, brilliant.
Yeah.
It was a skull. It had the big horns and everything, he says. Looks like an orc snowblower.
Absolutely.
Retro Rabbit says, my doctor, are you on any non-prescription drugs? Me. No. Should I be? Doctor, it couldn't hurt. Me. Edward Leonard says, orc handles for orcs.
Absolutely. Oh, handles.
And then says, there he is, Lynn says, there he is, itty bitty squib.
Absolutely. He is gorge. Not as good as the little flat one that's on the rack attract.
No, that is truly the best squig ever.
Yeah.
And sadly, not a lot of pictures of it online. I was trying to find a picture of it to show at one point, and I couldn't find
Yeah,
any
if I'd
pictures.
known, I would have dug out the squig buggy because I've got one in me
Yeah.
dash room.
You can't really see it anyway unless you zoom in and have
Yeah,
a decent picture of it. Question for you from Paul Di Tommaso. Colin, is that Mad Max a 3D print?
Yes, it is, mate. It is a 3D resin print. That bad boy. Yeah.
What scale is that one?
That's
Eighth?
1/8. Yeah. Yeah.
See, when I finished my Dodge Charger, it would fit that figure
Yeah.
standing next to it.
Yeah.
Of course, it wouldn't make any sense in Mad Max, but
Absolutely, and the only reason I'm doing that is I'm going to be doing a smaller one in 24th scale to go with the Ayashima Mad Max car build that I'm going to be building on the channel soon.
You've done one already, haven't you, a Mad Max one?
That was a truck a good few years back, that was, yeah.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, did that. So,
Truck.
yeah. Truck, Mad Max truck, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Truck. Yeah.
That's right.
Right then, I suppose we should wind up for the night so that we can go off and have some dinner and all of that
Yeah,
lot.
I need to get some food that doesn't require any cooking of any kind or preparation. I can just put it in my face, but I don't think we've got anything.
Yeah.
I'm going to be sad now, aren't I? I'm going to have to eat like a
You
shitload
are.
of.
Because what I shall do next when I go off air is I shall take a picture of my dinner cooking and send it to you.
Well, I could make my hot dog carbonara, which takes only about 12 minutes, but it's still cooking.
Yeah, it's the Rackatrack. Is it Rackatrack Squig Buggy?
Ruckatruck Squig Buggy. RUKKATRUKK and then Squig and then Buggy.
Yeah. EC Idaho says Colin is the last of the VA interceptors for build. Yes, I am going to build it. Yeah.
I'll put
keep
that thing
an
in
eye
chat for
out
later.
as well, because as far as I know, it's a conversation I was having in the hangout last night with someone. There may well be a re-release or a version coming out later in the year of that car. So
I put that in chat for Lynn.
yeah, it's the Rackatrack Squig Buggy. Yeah.
Ruckatruck.
So there you go, folks.
So I could make some tagliatelle. It'd take me 15 minutes, or I
Yeah.
could just eat like a whole mess of chocolate fingers, fig rolls, and borrel newts. But I might not survive the night.
Happy days. Happy days.
I'm hungry now.
Right, I suppose we should do our goodbyes, our good nights, and all of that lot.
Goodbye. We're leaving you a skilly die. Goodbye. We wish you fun. Goodbye.
Love and leave you. So many thanks for joining us, folks.
Yeah, big thank yous, big hugs.
People are saying good night in the chat. Jeff's saying thanks for the live stream. Great fun as always. Take care, everyone. Lynn's found it. Night, bye-bye, she says. Take care. Many thanks for joining us both. Remember, you can support this channel by clicking the join button below this or any of my videos. Same for Fox on his channel. You can do the same there.
Yeah, you can join. You can join my channel by clicking the button under any one of Colin's videos.
Absolutely, yeah, I know. I know what I would say, but you didn't let me finish, did you?
I like to interject.
To get access to the 24/7, scrolling along the bottom, you can join my YouTube channel. Like I said, click the join button on my content and support me on patreon.com/Festa67's workshop, or Fox on patreon.com model making guru, or you can click the join button under any of his. And just for Si, grammar police. Him
No,
again.
that's not grammar. That's not even spelling.
It's mispronunciation, isn't it? And on that
Don't make me angry.
On that note, oh, are you turning green?
And we're doing the walking away music now.
Yeah, and we'll see you Sunday about 4 or 5 o'clock there or thereabouts.
At some point.
Yeah.
At some point. Yeah, I don't know what time, as always, I won't know what time my Warhammer Sunday is due to start, so just keep an eye on the channel. It'll probably go up.
Oh, his audio's gone there. Keep an eye on his channel, ring his bell, and you'll get a notification of when it goes live. Not picking up any audio from Fox at the moment. Might be that his broadband's just gone and died. So I'm going to wrap up there, folks. Many thanks. Stay safe, everybody, and see you all soon. Bye-bye for now.